Right now, I just need you to get real loose. Get comfortable. Grab your loved ones, or grab your love partner. And if you're by yourself, no worries. Just follow after me. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with them. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Let's have some fun. To the left now. To the right. Now take your left hand and put it on your side. Gonna roll your shoulders. Do the slip and slide. This next part's my favorite part of this time to shine. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with them. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. It's simple, you can do it. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cool down, have a good time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Do the butterfly, have a good time. Round, round, round and round you go. It's time to show out right now and take to the floor. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with them. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Take it down now, take it down now. Take it down now, take it down now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Take it down and crisscross. Bring it up now, crisscross. Do whatever you like right here. Just have fun. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with them. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with them. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it.
What's going on, boys? I'll unmute you now. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What about Barry there? I think Barry's muted. Graham, can you hear me?
Yeah, yo, what's up, man? Yo.
Barry's here, Eric's here, Graham's here. What's going on, guys? King of Clowns is in the fucking chat when you jump on, King. You don't want to go over that puffy little channel, do you?
That's funny.
Fucking JLB. Fuck, you got a few roosters in your lounge room there, Barry.
Yeah, them sandwiches are all out there fucking being noisy right now. I just started this shit up too.
What have you done to your channel, mate?
What do you mean, what have I done to my channel?
All your videos are going, you changed the name.
I put all my videos on private, bro.
Oh, yeah. Why's that?
All them fucking trolls, man. I ain't starting this shit up again.
Hold on, David Master. No, man, you're not muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on, Steve?
It just says in the box that I'm muted. I'm not muted. It says Barry's muted too, and he's talking.
No, I'm not muted now.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Unmute yourself and we'll be able to hear you.
Hey, Graham, nobody's talking to you.
Fuck, Barry, what's the go with the Roosters, man?
They just fucking started raising hell, man. You know what I mean? They've been quiet until now. I don't know, man. They're just fucking raising hell, bro. It's fucking that time of day, I guess. Yeah, it's 4:26 in the afternoon. Somebody's gonna shut up in another hour. God damn, man. I'm not gonna fucking deal with that shit you being in my fucking ear with that annoying ass.
Oh, well. You might have to move place, mate. Barry, you might have to look for a new place.
What?
I said you might have to look for a new place.
Yeah, I am. I'll be looking for a minute for too long.
I'd head north, mate. Head north.
And north. Okay.
Head fucking north.
Sounds like you're living in a fucking chicken coop.
Yeah, I know it does.
What he needs to do is just go down the street and pay 1,000 pesos and get 2 broiler call hens and throw them over the fence.
No, I'm not going to do that. It's going to cause problems with locals.
Can you hear what they're saying though? Can you hear what they're saying though? Hey Barry, wake up!
Stay quiet.
Oh, Steffi. This
What?
is on you. Now, did you see that? Did you see that video I put in the chat there about the water crisis here in Australia?
Uh-uh.
Tell me what about that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, pretty bad, isn't it?
I know, and I saw you guys talking gun control, Australia versus America.
Yeah.
They have guns here, it's just that they don't have. Barry, you're gonna have to mute yourself, mate, until you're ready to talk. That's bad.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. I'll let you guys talk and whatever. It's all good.
Yeah. How's that better? Yeah, no, we do have guns here. We just don't have, full-on assault rifles or anything like that. Like, you can go buy yourself, handguns and stuff like that. You just got to go through the proper things to get licensed and all the rest of it. But, guns ain't going to solve that problem.
Well, here's what I was trying to say in the first part of what you said was, if farmers live along that river, right? Okay,
Yeah.
and they can dig a pond. They can dig a pond, and they can steal the stream that feeds those rivers. That's what I was trying to say earlier, and they can be self-sufficient that way, because every river, every stream, every creek is fed by a stream.
Yeah, but the problem is they're not letting them do that.
If it's on their own land, I don't know how they can stop them.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, wow, that's different then. Then you do need to get your guns out.
Well, how deep do you guys have to usually go to dig a well and hit water?
Well, it's all over the place. It's all different.
Okay, like my mom back in the States, she had one well. When they first guy built the house, he dug it like 100 feet, just enough to sell it, and that went dry. Then they dug again and hit an aquifer at like 550. So I was just wondering, you guys are having a water crisis. Wow.
No, the water's there, but they're not releasing it. You see, it's who's going to pay the.
They're selling the water. They're selling the water to the upper class and starving everybody else off.
Well,
That's exactly what they're doing, and they've been doing it for years and years. But people haven't noticed because the population's not out there. The population's in the cities, and we've got there's parts of our cities where people don't know where fucking vegetables come from. They actually don't know.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
No, because they, as far as they're concerned, it's in the supermarket.
Yeah, that's where they come from. They were born in the supermarket with steaks and when you go to a fast food restaurant like Burger King, that's where hamburgers are made.
Wow, that's millennials for you.
And then some.
Well, their view is they don't have to know because they can just go down to a local supermarket.
Jesus, now I see why. Now I see why all the good butcher shops are fucking dying off.
Oh yeah, they've been dying off here for many years now.
Well, they're making a comeback in the UK because I talked to, you know him, Graham.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. He said they're making a comeback, but they're doing it with all the old breeds of livestock, what they consider heritage breeds of livestock, like the Romans brought over, the fucking, the weird sheep, the fucking weird breed of cows, not your regular run-of-the-mill cows. But yeah, now I see why butcher shops are dying off. They're kind of making a comeback in Maryland, my mom said. An actual butcher shop with a schooled butcher.
Yeah, but people don't. They don't have it. They don't have what I would call a genuine appreciation for it.
Mm.
I mean, if the shit ever hit the fan, they'd be fucked because they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know how to turn a tomato seed into a plant.
Oh wow!
They wouldn't know how to do that. And I don't think it's just Australia. I think it's most of the West.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. I was watching a fight, and I think it was like Mike Tyson was fighting. I've said this before. Mike Tyson was fighting Buster Douglas. It's the first fight he ever lost, and one of the commentators said, out of the 5+ billion people on the planet, Buster Douglas has a chance to beat Mike Tyson tonight. And he did, and now it's 7+ billion. It's like they took half of the 5 billion, and that's where they were at right now. That's where we're at right now. There's too many people on the fucking planet, and not enough people. And the people, just like Jay's video showed, they're trying to fucking hoard water. Back in the fucking 70s, fucking 80s, even the early 90s, they wouldn't try to hoard water, I mean, it's just fucking insane.
Well, that's like that. That's like that. What do you call it? That. Fuck. What do you? California.
Oh, that country or that state that the United States doesn't want to even be part of.
Yeah, well, Los Angeles is supposed to have a water shortage, and people are out watering their lawns. But you go up into the hills, they've got a 50 million gallon lake, fucking man-made reservoir sitting fucking full.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, when these guys have got this land and stuff, they put these big ponds in and stuff. The amount of cattle they've got, and when it's summertime and shit, and you're going through a drought, them lakes dry up pretty fucking quickly. So it's not as easy as going, we'll just dig a big pond in my yard or my property. It doesn't last very long. And when there's no rain to fill them, and they're stocking up water back at the dam there and only releasing it when someone downstream is paying, the most for it, which is usually corporations, that's when they release the water. The water floods. It floods over the banks because they release so much down the fucking the Murray.
Now, where does the majority of your guys' beef come from? Grown at in Australia, the center or the coast?
There's nothing. There's nothing in the center. Nothing.
Okay, well, I'm talking about Okay, far north Queensland on these gigantic cattle stations. Is that where your guys' beef is raised that you guys eat, or do you guys get the ones
No,
like I saw another video of like around what's that name of those mountains? The man from Snowy River, the Blue Mountains.
yeah.
You see people with Angus and Herefords grazing.
Yeah, that's the beef that we eat.
So okay, so the scrub bulls and cows you grow out in these big ass cattle stations, they sell it to the Arabs and
Yeah,
abroad.
pretty much.
So I'm eating your shit beef called an Australian beef. I'm buying here, so I'm getting your fucking outback grazed beef instead of real Australian beef.
No, they're
Yeah,
actually they're selling the good stuff. They're getting rid of that. It's same with the prawns. All the good prawns here, when the trawlers go out, all the good stuff goes over to fucking Japan and all that. Now, all the asparagus farms down in New South Wales, they used to harvest asparagus, and all the A grade asparagus will go over to Japan, and Woolworths would get all the fucking, the B grade asparagus.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got two types of export. There's first world and there's third world. Right? What Jay's talking about is our first world products that go to first world countries, and the shit goes everywhere else.
Well, I know that monthly because I've seen it. There's a ship that comes from Australia, a livestock ship loaded down with fucking sheep, fucking goats, and fucking camels.
Yeah, that's all from the north. That's all.
Okay, because it leaves there and it makes stops in all these different Middle East ports, and like Kuwait's the last one, and they empty off all these fucking sheep and fucking camels and shit and take them up to the market.
Yeah, that comes from up north. But what Jay was talking about earlier about the water, is we've got natural rivers that flow in, certain areas. We've got some huge river systems, but they've been blocking it up and then denying people along those. People 100 years ago bought properties along rivers for a reason, because they had a water source, so they could farm. But now because they don't pay the right money, or they can't pay the right money, and the corporations can, they're denied that water.
Well, here's my question. What feeds those rivers comes off of the land of the people that are that own those farms. If they dig wells, that river will run. Not dry. It won't run dry, but the water level will drop.
You're not allowed to dig a well.
Huh?
You're not allowed to dig a well. You have to apply.
Then it's time to get the guns out. That's all
You have to apply for permission to dig a well.
Well, it's time to get the guns out then. That's my opinion.
The original idea of that was for health reasons. Okay, so they that's how they caught or created those laws that you had to apply, because if you were living in suburbia, for example, and there's 1,000 septic tanks around you, well, not suburbia but semi-suburbia, they'd deny you permission for health reasons, which is kind of fair enough, but they've actually used those laws against farmers now.
Yeah, fuck that.
They have the one law applies to everybody deal. Is that kind of thing? It's been going on for many, many years. Most people don't hear about it though.
Like I said, the human body is carbon based, and 75% of it, I believe, if not more, is made out of water, and that's war. That's just fucking war, in my opinion.
Well, back in the old West times, they used to have fucking shootings and killings and fucking range wars over fucking water rights. So,
yeah.
I mean, they don't build stock tanks down there. Like we got down in Texas, Oklahoma, out west, where you got the windmill with the well and it pumps the stock tank full and keeps it full.
Yeah, we've got windmills and all that here.
Yeah, but those wells have been sunk many years ago, prior to these laws coming into effect, and so they're okay. Whatever was existing was okay. It was only for new wells.
Wow.
That's why I posted on there, man. It's time to get the guns out. You know.
Hey, you know how you saw
what it is. That's what it is. I mean, if they wanted to take the main element out of your own existence, which is water, then it's time to go to fucking war. You know, fuck politicians and everything else.
Well, yeah, they don't really want single farmers or single family farmers on the land. They want corporations on the land.
Well, fuck that. Fuck that.
Well, it sounds like you guys need Trump after 2024. Come down there and deregulate you.
I think that's what Jay said earlier. And we're not done with Trump yet. When we're done with him, when Trump becomes the president again in 2020, he has nothing behind him. He can just open the fucking floodgates and everything's going to come to full fucking circle with him.
Well, I'm not going to say anything, but I got a feeling if and when he gets reelected,
he's going to be reelected.
Oh, well, the day after he gets sworn in, they're going to start launching tomahawks at fucking cities, at fucking targets in Iran.
No, that's probably true.
Reagan,
and I have no problem with that.
Because they ran from Reagan in 80. Yeah, remember that, Steve? The Iranian hostage crisis ended.
Oh yeah, I remember all that. Yeah.
Reagan probably sent him a message: "Let him go, or I'm coming. I'm going to wipe you off the map."
And I will tell you this: Australia is an ally of ours, and if they're starving their people for fucking water and farmers and all that, he's going to rain down on them motherfuckers. That's going to happen.
You guys have a lot of liberals in politics right now, don't you, down in Australia?
Yeah.
We got a lot of them here too, in the United States.
Jesus Christ, how many times is he going to change his channel name?
Who's that?
Look in the chat. It should be praising Cajun dog walking area guy. Hey, I got a question. Is anybody jealous of somebody's relationship? I'm not.
Yeah, my wife's been seeing this fucking guy that comes around here every now and then. It's starting to piss me off.
Wow. Well, hey, my 2 items shipped from Amazon, and I paid for them, and I ordered something else today. So, your cost of living should be paid for the year.
Yeah.
I took care of that. Well, I figure I'm going to get it back 100-fold because you're a taxpayer and pay my pension. So,
yeah, I do what I can for you, Eric.
A circle of life.
I'll play this guy here. Have a listen to this guy here. Let me just put him on. Hold on 1 second.
What's going on?
Hold on, listen to this, John. Hold on a minute. Let me just put this on. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I see it. It's real small, but I see it. Yeah.
I'm not seeing it.
I see it earlier. Yeah.
Sitting down having a meal with my best friend Tony, and I'm going through your posts, and they're all fabulous, except one. I'm not going to mention the name because I really give a fuck. Right? But he goes, actually, they do own the water. Okay. Here's the motherfucking Constitution. Page 20, paragraph 100. It states, and listen, all right? It states, nor abridge right to use water, right? I don't know what the fuck nor a bridge, but anyway, it must be the right to use, all right? The Commonwealth shall not, by any law or regulation of trade or commerce, abridge the right of a state or of the residents therein to use reasonable use of waters, of rivers for conservation or irrigation. So technically, no, you don't own the motherfucking water. If we need it, we use it. So all the farmers, go fucking open your floodgates and flood your dams. They technically, you cannot be touched. And if they do take you to court, I'll be right next to you. I swear to God, I'll be right next to you. These cunts are, this is high treason. They're actually not even following their own fucking constitution. All right? This was put in place when Australia was surviving on farmers. This law was put in place. What would happen if we were America and somebody fucking did something against the amendments? Constitution of America. The First Amendment, Second Amendment. They fucking believe it like it's Bible. But us, our politicians, we pick and choose. Listen up, you fuckers. There's the fucking Constitution. You farmers, go fucking use the water. Go use it. They cannot stop you.
I agree with that guy 100%. I agree with that guy 100%.
Hey, he needs to come over and give a Trump rally speech.
Exactly.
I'll have to find him on Facebook.
I would love to too, because that guy was wicked. I hate to say it, but America was built on the gun.
He's not happy.
No, he's not. He's definitely not happy, and I don't blame him, man. Get your fucking guns out and fucking take care of it, man.
Is he a farmer or just
that's the only thing things are going to work around here.
He's a concerned guy. He's been going on about for ages. He's on Facebook. He's actually quite hilarious, but he's fucking very serious about it too as well. But it's just a joke what they're doing, man. They're just fucking these farmers in the ass, and no one's doing fucking shit about it.
Well, like I said on Facebook, when the end result is, and there's no farmers left, and you got water and cash, what have you? How you going to live off that?
They'll be buying their produce and livestock from the U.S. because Trump will sell it to them.
I think both sides of politics here are on the take from the Chinese.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Do what now?
They're on the take. They're paid for. They're bought and paid for by the Chinese.
Well, how come you guys are like one of the few Western countries? Well, that might be true because Australian passport, you don't need a visa to enter China. You can cross the border back and forth to China anytime on an Australian passport.
No, you need a visa.
You sure? Because
you can get like a 72-hour visa free.
Okay. King of clowns. He thinks that China is going to take over the whole fucking world.
Probably.
We're halfway there. The 75% there.
Yeah, but I don't. But what they didn't count on is, and I'm sure the king of clowns won't be there on the front lines, is America's going to get their fucking guns out and they're going to fucking blow the shit out of you right back into the fucking bay.
I don't think it'll be that cold war.
They're not going to do it like that. They're not going to fucking do it in a way where it's going to be conflict. They're going to just slowly. They're buying up, I think it's 500 hectares of land per day in Australia, which legally keeps them under the fucking the radar because they're not going over the limit or
Can I ask a question then? You got as a Western?
I said no. I said no.
All right, share the mic, guys. Share the mic.
Okay. As a Western country, you guys allow foreigners to buy property?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Non-citizens?
Yep.
They can have businesses and everything as far as I know.
Yep.
But as Australians, you
can do it.
As Australians, they make it difficult for Westerners. You can buy in China, but it's fucking jumping through hoops.
Australia's like South China now.
God damn, thank God for Donald J. Trump.
Google, how much land can a fucking foreigner own in Australia? And I think, well, I remember fucking seeing it before. It was on fucking TV where they're saying this is how they're coming in, especially the Chinese, and they're buying up, I think it's 500 hectares or fucking something like that, which keeps them under where they have to do some paperwork or some shit, or they have to be, it's something that keeps them under that. So all they do is buy that much of the time. They don't go over it.
Okay, let me ask you another question.
Similar real estate.
Let me ask you a question, Jay. How much land can a foreigner own in the Philippines?
None.
Yes, you can.
All right. No, I'm talking about a foreigner that's not married, has no ties with any Filipinos. How much money? How much land can he? How much can he own? Answer. Anybody?
Before the laws changed, because there are foreigners over here that were grandfathered in before the law changed. I think it was like 1,000 square meters.
And I like it.
Foreigner can't own land in the Philippines. You can't own it.
So I can go over to the Philippines and let's say there's 300 acres of rice field, and I can buy that.
No.
Okay, Steve. Okay.
That's what I was asking.
Okay.
And the answer was fucking no.
Okay. You used to be able to, is what I'm saying. The law had changed. Well, the people that had foreigners
I'm talking about now. I'm talking about
now, not now. But me being married, you being married, and if Graham ever got married or Jay ever got married, you can buy property over here jointly.
Secondary only.
Yeah, but even that's not
jointly. That's not jointly. That's just partly.
Well,
yeah. So that doesn't make me feel safe. And
I got a title with my name on it, so.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean shit at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's called partly. It's called partly.
Oh.
I wouldn't feel safe and purchasing some land and building a house knowing that.
Oh, that's already happened to some guy.
It's kind of like if a dog walks up to me. I'm walking with my wife and my kid and my dog, my little dog, and a dog walks up and bites me, and nobody knows who owns it. I can't sue anybody.
Yeah. But the problem here is that you got to figure out with property in the Philippines, whether it's titled or freehold, taxed. So,
well, see, the thing is, Jay has a kid, so you know what I mean? Jay has a kid over there, so Jay has no worries. He can buy land all damn day long, put it in his son's name.
Yeah.
So he's good to go. No worries.
Yeah. Well,
I'll do that before I put it in some woman's name that I'm married to or a girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, she owns the land. You can own a bit of the house that's on it or some shit, but that's about it. What's the point of not having a house on land that you can't own?
Exactly.
Has it always been the case here that any foreigner can just come and buy a house?
I think so. You got the money, they'll let you buy it. Yeah.
Same way in America, they let you do the same shit there, and I fucking hate that. They just let anybody fucking do anything. Here, it's better that way, I think.
Well, that's why you need to vote for Donald J. Trump in 4 years, next year.
Well, you know what they done here? They had. I don't know if they still have them. I think they do. Yeah, I think they do. There's direct flights from here to Manila. I think it's. I forget what airline it is. It might be Philippines Airlines. But what I found out was richer Filipinos were coming here to Cairns and buying up houses, all right, because there's a bit more of a return on them, you know what I mean, and renting them out, and then going back over there and getting the rewards from it.
Oh, that's basically what the Chinese do over here. the Chinese and the Koreans in the Philippines have gotten around the Philippine property laws by forming a corporation. That's how they're getting around the property ownership laws. Like one corporation up here in Baguio bought up a whole subdivision, and they fucking all these fucking, we call it Korean town. All the fucking Koreans live in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not for this fucking property fucking stuff.
Yeah, well, we went and I own property. My wife dies, it goes to me till I die. Then it goes on to a family member if there's no will, but we've already drawn up wills, so it's freaking weird. And everything's
How does that work though? Like, if you're not allowed to, a foreigner's not allowed to own land, but if your partner dies, you own land. I don't get that.
It only goes to the partner if there's no other family members to contest it.
or will.
If there's family members to contest it, then it can be contested. It can be held up in court for years and years and years. It's a bit of a minefield.
Yeah. But to protect my wife, I asked the lawyer, and believe it or not, my wife agreed. We bought the property. We asked the lawyer. I said, well, what happens if my wife decides to get on the Victory Liner tomorrow and she fucking dies in a car accident? He goes, you make up 2 wills, sworn affidavits saying that till I die, I get to keep the property. She dies, it keeps the property. Then we drew up a will. That divides it in half. One half to my stepson, the other half. I disagree with that. I talked to a lawyer.
Well, let me explain to you why that doesn't work. Because there's no such thing as a will that supersedes the law of the land. The law of the land always takes precedence.
Wow.
A will cannot change the law of the land. So whatever the law of the land is, that's what applies. Will or no will.
Hey,
We
can
just
I,
followed
can I,
the lawyer's
can I say
advice.
something? Can I say something? Hello, BK. I've been ignored in the chat, and it looks like Filipino Jerry Fuckstick's in here.
Yes, I don't think. Yeah. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, whoever this, yes, foreigners do have rights. Tourist foreigners don't have rights. I am not positive on what the rights are. They just told me when I got my 13A. Thank you. But okay, there you go, Joey. But the land can't be. These everything. I'll sum it up. Since we bought our property, the title laws have changed 10 fucking times. So
Yeah.
that's why I paid a lawyer to sort it out.
Well, that's the thing. The lawyers will tell you whatever you want to get your money. You know what I mean? The thing is, what they write up is not.
It's not legally bound.
Yeah, they'll tell you what you want to hear.
What?
There's plenty of people that have been fooled by it too, because they assume that, a lawyer's done it, so it must be right.
Yeah, exactly.
But what you need to do is go back to the actual law and read the law, read and understand the law, then go to see a lawyer. So when your lawyer says, ABC, you go, well, hang on, what about this? What about that? And so the lawyer will understand that you have some knowledge, you know what you're talking about.
Oh, it doesn't matter anyway if I die or she dies or we both die at the same time. Our property splits between my stepson and our goddaughter, so I'm not worried about it.
Well, that's the thing. It depends on your own personal situation.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it. It's not like we own, like somebody claims to have all these fucking rental properties. So, like the guy that has the little Joker avatar claims he's got all these rental properties, blah, blah, blah. wow, we've got a little house in Baguio and a lot down. We're going to put another house up. So I ain't really worried about it.
Oh, most of it.
Hey, Jay,
Yeah.
you want to bounce me off there so you can get either Jerry or Joey on here?
Oh, man, I was going to cook dinner. I'll jump off.
Okay. All right, John, come back later then, mate.
Yeah, all good. I'll listen on speaker.
I'm not, I can't sit here and go. Worst comes to worst, I'll get my wife and we'll go down and form a corporation.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to corporation. What is it? You got to have so many members, and the percentage of them are got to be Filipinos, and I just think it's all just a big fucking mess. There you go, Jerry or Joey, jump on if you want. At the end of the day, if you're gonna get fucked, they're gonna fuck you. You know what I mean?
I'm not fucking Joey. There ain't no fucking way I'm fucking Joey.
Oh, I thought you like it with his wig and bra.
No. Ain't no way. I'm not fucking Joey.
Okay, you see, he's more into the property thing than me. So.
Oh yeah, actually, Joey's got a good bit of knowledge about that.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, the title stuff has changed. I now, believe it or not, for one fucking lot, I got 4 different titles with our names on it. Then I have learned that you don't buy tax declaration property over here because somebody could come along and pay the taxes and tell you to get the fuck off.
That's true. It's a bit of a minefield property thing.
But let me do
a lot of investigation before you outlay any money, put it that way.
And it's not like the States or in the West where you have title search companies. And I'll give you a little instant of a guy that got fucked over property. There was an Australian guy, okay, who got hooked up with a certain British vlogger on Behold, who introduced him to a woman. So this guy bought a farm, but he didn't go in with this woman. He went in with another older woman and bought this farm for like 15 million pesos, bought a tractor, a rice harvester, all the equipment and shit, built a house. He had to go back to Australia to settle some things. He came back from Australia. She said she was an orphan. The only person she had was a grandmother. He came back to 60 fucking people living on his place.
See, that's the thing. That's what I wouldn't want to run into, man. I couldn't deal with it.
And supposedly the guy, this is what this Australian guy was talking about. Supposedly the guy that's the British vlogger on Behold charged him like 100,000 peso fee for introducing him to this woman. So now he's going to court and trying to get these people. He's got to pay like freaking like 30,000 pesos per person to get them fucking off. So that's a nice. So you can sell it.
About leasing land, right? And sure, you can lease land the same as you can lease land in your own country. The problem with leases is that leases can be broken.
Yeah.
By either party. So you could lease land on like a 25. You can lease land up to 25 years.
Condos is 100, I think.
All right, so you can lease your land. There is a thing. There's like a clause you can put in there for it to double up, so you can make it 50. But either way, let's call it 25 for now. You can lease your land for 25 years, and it's just bare land. If you're a 60-year-old guy, you might say, well, fuck, I'm not going to live any more than 25 years. That'll do me.
Yeah.
Right? And you build your house on there. Well, as soon as you build your house on there, the owner can then break the lease
That's what I'll be worried about.
and claim their land back. Right?
With your
Now,
house
there's issues involved. For example, they have to refund the remaining portion of the lease if you've been paying off for 5 years.
If that happened, if it was me, I'd destroy the house. I'd fucking destroy it.
They got this thing now, and I don't know. I think property clubs a little bit, but there's supposedly a thing. I haven't been down yet. Me and JW are supposed to go down and check this place out. It's inside the free trade zone of Clark. It's called Kubi Point, San Antonio, which basically what it is, it's all the old abandoned military housing, but they're in really rough shape. I'm talking like you gut it back to the bare bones, and you got to leave the shell up, but you gut it back to the bare bones. And I think that's 100-year lease, and you purchase for like, I don't know what the prices are, but part of it is you have to go in and do all the renovations yourself out of pocket. In return, you're inside the.
Yeah, but they've put in. I forget what they call it. Presidential fucking laws or decrees or some shit, whatever the technical name is, just for that area. So it's only for that specific area.
And it applies now to Clark too. I think it's Clark too. It's those two free trade zones.
Yeah, well, each area will have its own deal, and those things are even more complicated because you got to look at what the law of the land is. Then you got to look at what the special deal is for that place. So that's even more complex. And
it's up in the air because everybody's saying now, if the next kid, the Marcos's kid, gets reelected, he's going to open the floodgates for the U.S. military to come back in and take all that shit back. So,
but what Joey's put in the chat is probably the safest bet out of all these so-called scenarios. Having a child and putting it in a child's name is probably more than likely the safest bet.
Jay, you there?
Yeah.
Boot me off here and let Joey on. I'm not contributing anything. Go ahead and boot me off and let Joey on.
I'll ask him if he wants to come on first.
All right.
Joey, do you want to come on?
Well, I'm not a condo guy, so I can't ever live in a fucking condo.
Well,
I lived in Kuwait, fucking next to a couple of Arabs that used to fucking husband used to beat the fucking wife. They had a fucking domestic all night, every fucking night.
But I thought you're buying a condo. I thought you're buying a condo in Guam.
I am, but I'm going to be a double. We're going to travel. I can afford it.
Yeah, but you said you're not a condo guy.
Okay, Jerry. Okay. I'm not a condo guy, but I'm not a condo guy. I'm not a condo guy, but that's out of necessity. That's out of necessity because you look. I looked at houses in the price range on Guam for what we could afford. There are better in squats here.
Okay. Here's the take on what you guys are just talking about. And it's funny, I ran into a guy that's got an interesting situation. But from my understanding, and Joey's in the chat here, so he can correct me if I'm wrong. If you buy a house with your wife, you can set it up that you're half owner. And then technically, she's got to have a higher percentage of ownership, but you can set it up that you're half and half owner. Half owner, you own half, and she owns half. Now, if she's got a child, if you have a child together, or if she has a child, what happens is when she passes away, if it's your child, then what happens is your child will get half her share, and you get the other half of her share. So technically, the most you can become, the most percentage you can have is really 75%. Okay, and your child has 25%. Now, if you have no kids, then her half is split up with you and her siblings, her sisters and brothers. So then you guys can do the math after that. But here's what I ran into a guy today, and here's what he did. He bought a house with his girlfriend. He's got a girlfriend, right? He's like 71. She's like
That's
28.
a mistake.
No, just wait. He bought a house, and what he did, he paid for the land's in her name. The house is leased. He's leasing the house from her, right? But what he did, he made her sign a power of attorney where he can sell the house at any time and the land at any time as he chooses. That's what he did. So he's got a power of attorney from her, which is a legal contract, where he can sell the land and the house at any time without her signature. That's interesting. I never heard of that, but that's what he said he did.
Yeah, I've heard of that before, that power of attorney, but someone's going to have to really look into it, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I never heard of that, but I mean, that's what he did. Now, can she fight it? She probably can fight it, I'm sure, but who knows?
That's what the owner of El Gecko did, and his wife retained the business and sold it any damn way. So, you know what I mean? They got an annulment, so that power of attorney.
no, but he got half.
Oh, yeah, he got half. Yeah, I seen Billy last night.
He got half of the money, right? That's what the whole thing was set up for, that it can't get sold unless it has his signature. He had enough, obviously, because the shit went down. He sold it, and he got half.
Yeah, but he can sell it without her signature is the whole point. See what I mean? If anytime he wants to sell it, he can sell it without her. Now, she may get a portion of that money, but he can sell it without her. He won't lose everything. He can actually sell it without her consent, without her signature. That's according to what he says. He can sell it.
Barry, did you ask him if he's selling them 2 houses that he's got?
Yeah, he's not going to sell them. He's going to keep them.
But it's not his, though. That's the thing. This is the thing.
She wants to keep her rental properties, is what she wants to do. She wants to keep her rental. So she's not selling them.
Yeah, what does he get out of it?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. He was too drunk last night, man. You know what I mean? He just started getting too drunk and changed the conversation to something else, and that was the end of it.
Okay.
The guy, he was just he got blitzed last night. So you know how he is when he gets drunk. He don't really talk much about anything.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't get any of those contracts or any of that shit at all.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
Because I think when the shit hits the fan, they just don't stand up in court and you end up losing your fucking shit anyway.
Yeah, it might cost you a bunch of money to go to court and try to make that whole. It's probably ain't even going to be worth it, you know?
In the meantime, and she's moved all her family into your home that you paid for, and so you're basically on the house anyway. So they're 99% there anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you can lease the house from her. If she owns the land, they'll get you out of the house, man. They'll just move in the family member. You're not gonna stay there, man. You're gone. I don't care what you try to do.
Yeah, but see, technically, you can still own the building. You can own the house.
Yeah, technically.
What would happen if you just jacked off over the place? Furniture and everything. And are they going to sit on the furniture? At least you're going to save the furniture.
You know? They might.
Well, this is the Philippines. They wouldn't matter.
What I was trying to say, technically, you can own the building, right? You can own the house. You can show receipts that you paid for this and that, whatever it is to build this.
Yeah.
But it's fucking useless because you have to tread on that land to get to that house.
Right. Well, no, but when you make the lease, Graham, when you make the lease, you've got to put in a lease, or when you do that lease of 25 years or 50 years, whatever it is, you got to make sure in the contract that you put in a right of way to get to your house. See what I mean? Like what do you call that?
No, you're not listening, Jerry. A lease is just a simple contract, right? It can be broken at any time by either party. So they can just simply break that lease. You might have the lease, and while everything's rosy, that lease is enforceable. But as soon as they can break that lease at any time.
It probably could break it, but I mean, you have something in your hand that at least gives you some kind of, how should I say, a right to, lease that house. But yeah, it probably can be broken because laws are not upheld here, basically. Because look, even if you go to court and say you win in court, dude, they'll have people over there. They'll beat your ass off the property and shit.
No. See, but how it works is you go to court and they give you a piece of paper and says, come back in 10 years. Right?
You got 10 years, don't you, Graham?
But you could, no, but you
I
could
know I do.
You could be 100% right. If it takes you, 7 or 10 years to legally be recognised as being right, in many cases that's no good to anybody. I mean, the best thing to do is to choose carefully.
That's true. And Steve, by the way, I'm not sure if your cardboard box will hold up for 10 years.
Well, and the judge I was telling that to, I don't know if he's got 10 years left either.
God.
Where there's a problem, and this is where people don't understand, because all they think about is, scammers and women ripping them off and all that stuff, which does happen, but it's not that often. Where the real problem starts is if something happens to your partner, right? She gets hit by a bus or whatever, and things happen in that regard. Then the family wants to sink their claws in.
Yeah.
That's when the shit really hits the fan.
Right. Yeah. That's what it is.
So you could have a very trusting and caring and genuine woman and marry her and all the rest of it. But if somebody in that family, and it can be any family member, wants to put a claim in, that's when it all gets tied up in courts. And again, even if you are actually in the right, it might take you 5-10 years before you can do anything about it. And in the meantime, that probably just sits there and you can't do anything with it. And,
Graham, how about that story that's going on over there in Bohol between Ricky, you know who Ricky is, right?
Yeah.
And that other
wife
dude,
beater.
man.
Mr. Domestic himself.
I'm not going to get into all that. I'm not sure. Let's not start calling anybody anything here before. Has it been proven that he's a wife beater? That he's been in court?
Yes.
And all that?
Yes.
He went to court and he got how should I say? They found him guilty of abusing his wife.
No, actually, it went to barangay arbitration, and he had to pay the women off.
Yeah, I'm not bragging, but that fucking bitch threw a left hook at me, and I knocked her the fuck out.
No, it went through the barangay, and he paid him off.
Okay, well, all right. Well, let's talk about what's really going on there. I mean, this guy got really screwed, but he did he made a lot of mistakes the way he bought the property. He didn't get it marked off. They sold him like 500 meters instead of 1,500 meters, and then he puts it in the guy's daughter's name or wife's name. The other guy. I mean, it's so convoluted that the guy was so stupid, and they talked him into it. I mean, I even saw a video where the other guy told him he can buy land. And so he sucked him into it. So that's, again, people do crazy stuff, man. And all he had to do is say, if I can't put it in my name, I don't buy it, plain and simple. If you could just say that sentence, if I cannot put it in my name, I do not buy it, then he would have been fine now.
Well, it's just another example of lazy people not doing their due diligence. Yeah. You have to look into these things. And
I had an ex-wife. I should have put that in our marriage contract on her pussy. If it,
I smell some Ham's beer, man. How many Ham's beer did you have?
if it's not mine, then what'd you say, Graham?
Don't buy it.
I don't know.
I got divorced.
All I can think of now is some wrinkly old pussy.
Yeah, there you go.
Was that divorce number 1 or divorce number 2?
Number 2.
Yeah, but look,
number 1 would have been a whole goddamn hell of a lot worse.
Oh yeah. Well, but look, 3rd time's a charm, right?
Yeah, you
years.
still would. And as I know you, Jerry, you probably still would have fucked number 1.
Damn. Oh shit. All right. How many Ham's beer did you have? Be honest with me. We're like brothers. We're like brothers. How many Ham's beer did you have?
All right, 4.
That's not bad.
No, actually, that house and land isn't in Blind Out Daughter's name. It's actually owned by Marifae's father.
Well, supposedly it's in Murphy's name, but the whole point is, Eric, they should give that piece of land back up. The guy paid for it. They took his money, and now they're not giving him the property. That's the whole point. They're not. The guy wanted to put the property in his wife's name, and they didn't let him. They want him to put it in Shannon's name so that she gets the house, and that's bullshit. Plain and simple.
All right, I'm going to interrupt this again one last time. Let me. Joey's going off in the comment section. He's got a lot to say, more than I do. Jay, boot me and let Joey on here.
Joey said he doesn't want to come on.
He doesn't want to come on.
Ask him one more time. Boot me in.
Probably not home, and that's why he's in the chat.
He does. He just said he doesn't want to come on.
No, he doesn't want to come on. He may be in his car or something. But for all we know, he's beaten off. You know, so he got time.
Probably hanging around a gay bar somewhere.
Said
Yeah,
no.
gay bar.
Here we go. Look. No,
Talking to a
Steve.
trans
There it is on
woman.
the screen.
He said no, Steve.
No.
He's on his phone talking to a gay woman or something.
God, when I look at that mask he's wearing, I'm like scared. You know, I wake up in the middle of the night and I see that looking at me. Yeah.
But anyway, people do crazy shit in the Philippines, man, when they come to the Philippines. And like Joey said earlier, if you can't afford to lose the money, don't do it. So, and pretty much whatever you do, you're pretty much going to lose the money. It seems to be. It's like a losing proposition.
Yeah, but that's same deal. That's not really right either. There's plenty of guys that are fine. You know, they've invested money and there's no problem. But the issue really is that the chance of something going wrong is much higher.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so and that's the risk you've got to take.
Well, guys, I'll be back. I haven't unmuted my mic, so just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
right.
yeah.
Go and line up.
BK's in the chat saying he needs more weed not to be bored. Fuck off, BK. We don't care whether you're bored or not.
You swamp leg motherfucker.
Yeah, you fucking sewer walking motherfucker.
Okay, let me quote the great Popeye: "Swamp leg, dope smoking Euro trash."
Oh, is that what he said about him?
Yeah.
BK, look at that.
Yeah.
You should be proud of that name. Given to you by one of our prestige fellows from our community. Right?
What community? He hasn't left the couch.
Yeah, but that's you're right. What you said earlier, Jerry. If you're that concerned, like Joey just said in the chat, also, just don't do it. Don't
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not concerned. My wife will kill me before she divorces me. So.
Okay, well, either way, you're going to lose the property, right? What if she kills you, she boots you off?
Yeah, so
Either way, you lose it. No, I mean, look, if you got no concerns, then go for it. But anything could happen. Just always keep in mind, anything could happen. Even though there's no divorce here in the Philippines, doesn't mean people don't break up. I mean, if there was legal divorce here, trust me, there'd be a lot of people divorced here.
Yeah, there is. Actually,
my wife tried to kill me twice, and she realized I was a fucking one.
Yeah.
hey,
She just missed.
that's another thing they're debating. They got Senate committee hearings on that right now, going on about legalizing divorce.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for about the past year, from my understanding.
And
the church really has a big foothold here in the government, so I don't know if that's going to go through. But
exactly,
they need for it to go through. But again, I'm sure there may be more money involved. Maybe the lawyers make more money when there's no divorce and just annulments than when there's just divorces. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know.
that's like they're arguing. Everybody's saying that they're going to reinstate the 1,000 square meter law for expats when this new president, after Duterte leaves.
What's that law? What is that law?
Yeah, but fellas, seriously, until it's law, it's just fucking hearsay. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not even worth talking about. I'll tell you what's interesting. Alan Miller in the chat, he offers up some advice that I believe many foreigners have taken up. Just go find the first bar.
Keep it all in their name. What could go wrong?
How many times have you heard people do that?
Oh God!
What'd they do, Graham?
Go to a bar, find girl, and put it in her name.
Put everything in her name. Just get yourself a bar, find girl. I'm sure you can trust.
That's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, actually, guess
what could fucking go wrong?
Well, no, my wife did find out that we reached the 10-year mark in our marriage, and we're over the 10-year mark. So if she divorces me, she gets half my pension.
So when's the divorce, Eric?
Yeah,
all
never.
military wives know that shit. They talk amongst each other. She knew that shit a long time ago. She's just putting in her time, Eric.
Wow.
So be careful.
We've been together 12 years.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's gonna stop right there, Eric.
Shit.
Oh, trust me, when my wife got her dependence ID card, she started reading up on all that shit.
Yeah, my wife watches all these fucking
So she watched divorce court.
Spit it out.
No, she watches all these crime videos. And she's been feeding me rat poison for fucking ever, man. And I like that. I really enjoy it. And she's waiting on me to fucking die. It's not gonna happen, man.
Did she try to stab you a couple of times?
I'm fucking havoc. I'm havoc, and I am a havoc master.
Dude, she could just feed you some dried fish if she wanted to kill you, right?
Exactly. Yeah, but I won't eat that. She knows that. But I will eat that rat poison. It's not bad with the fucking gravy on it.
Is she sprinkling it on your jerky too?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she's done all that.
Or she can put antifreeze in your Coca-Cola or some shit like that. You know,
that's the way I prefer it. That's the way I prefer it. It has no effect on me whatsoever.
Well, here, let me go buy another item off of Amazon so you can get your Coke allowance for the year.
My what allowance?
Yeah, I'll get you enough more money so you can buy your Coke.
Coke?
Yeah, you get your $1 Coca-Cola at work every time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you? You're off, right, Steve? This is the weekend.
Oh, hey, Gary, you got one. It just dawned on me. I ordered a Magic Jack.
Yes.
How's it working for you?
I'll just works
good for me. Works really good for me.
Now, are you using the
smartphone? Hey, hang on. You guys have buried Graham. What you had to say, Graham?
I forgot.
Graham's smoking that weed.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Eric.
He forgot.
No, I mean, are you using the one where you can like your smartphone app and all that shit, or you just directly through the computer?
You know what? They said that they've updated the app on the phone and it doesn't work as well. So you're better off using it. Put it the USB port, plugging that USB port item into your that's stuck into your computer. That's what I would suggest you do.
Okay. I got the one that's like the USB port, then you plug the phone into it.
No, they're going to send you two things. They're going to send you a USB stick that plugs into your laptop,
Yeah.
and they're also going to send you another thing that you can plug into the wall that will connect to a phone, to a telephone, to an actual telephone.
Oh, well.
So there's two things you're going to get in that box. Two ways of setting it up.
Well, I don't have land phone piped into the house line.
Hey,
So.
hang on a minute.
You don't need a land phone.
It says that I got a message from StreamYard saying looks like my camera was unplugged and it back select fucking different camera, click camera, whatever. I didn't even know that. My camera was unplugged.
The camera was unplugged. So is your camera plugged now?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's why you weren't able to use it in the past.
Oh, hey Jerry, when it comes in, I'll either give you a shout or Larry, because both you guys already got them.
Well, what you're going to have to do, Eric, you got to call the customer service number, and then you got to get it registered. Before you get in. Once you get it registered, they'll walk you through, and it's online. You talk to them online. You're going to have to get into a line. When you call, there's like a bunch of other people doing the same thing. You probably have to wait about an hour.
And that's all you got to do.
And then they'll register your equipment, and then they'll walk you through how to set it up. It's really easy, but you got to get it registered. You got to get it registered, and then you also you can if you don't have a phone number, they'll give you a U.S. phone number, or you can port your number to the Magic Jet.
I want to get a Maryland area code, so.
Oh, okay. Then they'll give you a number, a phone number.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I just need it to work.
Yeah, it's real simple, but you're gonna have to call up the 800 number.
Oh man, BK, you're talking about some freaky shit now. So how long has it been since we had a shill?
Jesus, about 20 minutes.
No, I meant since Jay did a shill show. A couple months.
A little while. Jerry, you know, earlier we talked about land and owning land and the laws. If you did a bit of research and found the laws I'm talking about, that would make an excellent series for somebody that had a YouTube channel.
I'd have to look at what you guys are talking about. I just came on, like, you guys been on for a while.
I was referring to the laws regarding because they're online. You can find them you can search them online.
Oh yeah,
the laws regarding foreigners owned land. You could find the actual laws, which means that you know the number. You know, laws have all got fucking letters and numbers and whatever they are. And also there's I think it's called presidential decrees or something. You could find all that information. It'll probably take you a day or 2 days, and you could make a whole video series on that.
Yeah, probably. I did a video a while back, Graham, renting versus owning, just kind of a brief.
But that was your opinion. That was different. What I'm talking about is you actually pull out the laws themselves, right? So whatever information you provide in your series, it's basically you quote it verbatim. That way, two things. One is nobody can criticise you for being wrong because you're reading straight from the law, and the second one is a lot of foreigners would actually want to know that information, I would assume. So I think that kind of video would be perpetual. You know, that would people would be clicking on that for years to come.
Yeah, that would be definitely a good video.
Yeah.
Definitely, it'd be a good topic to do. It's just a matter of taking the time and doing it and shit like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, and I don't think you'd cover everything. I doubt very much you cover everything in one video. I think you might have to.
No, I
actually
don't think a few videos. Yeah, I think.
You'd make
Oh,
a series.
You got to get Jerry out of the coffee shop with the free internet and Bogarts.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? If you guys,
And Jerry, if I ever come there, just for a visit,
yeah,
you got a place for me to sleep?
we do.
Yeah.
We may have to
It's called the
charge you. I will give you a good deal, Steve. How about like $100 a night? I mean, this is the plaza here where we're staying at.
All right, dude.
No, yeah. We got a place for you guys. Not a problem. We got a place for Steve and his wife if they come and visit us. Yeah, we got an extra room, man. No problem. There's even an aircon in there too. There's aircon in there too.
Yeah, but do you have beef jerky for him?
No, he'll have to bring the jerky.
You
I'm
have to
gonna
get
bring it. I'm gonna bring the jerky.
He wants a package of beef jerky on his pillow every night after the turn down service.
Going back to what Graham was saying, if you notice, Graham, I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I've just been I just don't want to get into just doing videos and stuff, you know what I mean, all the time. I just been kind of actually having fun. So I don't want to be like some of these vloggers and all I do is just, I got to get these videos out so I can make some money. I just don't want to get into that kind of.
But you want to be like somebody that's just having fun.
I'm having fun in my retirement. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what Graham's saying. A lot of people ain't having fun. You're just rubbing in their face.
Wait a minute, I'm retired too, so hey.
Yeah, well,
I've been retired longer than Jerry.
You're not having fun.
No.
Are you having fun? Eric?
I actually enjoyed my retirement. I've enjoyed it since my wife said you don't need to work anymore, so why don't you just leave your contract and come home? So, okay.
So you're having fun then? You're having fun.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Now, Steve, he's
Now,
making
hold
some
on.
jerky. He's having fun.
Well, hold on. I could be like one guy in his retirement who's been retired longer than me and Jerry combined that sits on the couch watching YouTube, Fox News, and General Hospital.
Well, if some people choose to do that for their retirement, that's what they do, Eric. Everybody knows what they want to do, and if that's what they want to do, or if they want to do this, or if they want to do that, and that's pretty much up to them. Yeah, I couldn't do it, but some people, I guess, could.
I'll get a jar of peanut butter and Hector. I think maybe good. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You and Steve-O sitting on a couch, watching football on a nice Sunday.
I don't know what's Steve going to do. They don't have Ham's beer over here.
They got, but where he's at, they got Ham's beer. You should drink some Blatz. That's what you should drink, Steve. If you can find Blatz, that's the real man's beer.
I do. I've drank that before. I just get blasted out of my fucking mind, man.
It's nasty, man. Blatz beer.
Yeah, I just get blasted.
I'm talking. What's he going to do when he gets to when Shirley finally makes him come over here to retirement? What's he going to do? They don't have Hams in the Philippines.
Dude, by the time he gets to retirement, he might be dead by the time his retirement. That's the last thing he's worried about.
I think by fucking Monday I might be dead.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, on that note, I'm hopping off because it's dinner time. So.
All right, Eric.
Go on.
Enjoy the chicken heads.
No, I got leftover roast beef from yesterday.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
That good Aussie beef, the shit they export and feed the shit to the locals.
Yeah. It causes rickets.
Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta walk down to the store and grab some food. I'll be right back in just a minute. So I'm gonna leave my mic muted, but I'm gonna stay in here.
What?
He spoke in American. That's why no one can understand him.
I said I'm gonna walk to the store and go get some food. I'm gonna stay in here, but I'm gonna mute my mic and I'll be back.
Okay. All right, damn. All right. God damn. Get defensive about it. We believe you. Oh, damn.
Joey's asking me, did I get a bike yet? Going to another motorcycle shop tomorrow. Ran into a couple of guys that recommended that both bought their bikes at this one shop with this one company that owns a couple of bike shops, and there they got their registration paperwork within 2 to 3 months. So going to a different shop here. As for a car, we're holding off on a car for now. We're gonna get a bike first. So,
yeah. Let me ask you something, Jerry. How is your expectations from the time you went to the Philippines? Is it living up to it or not?
I was going to do a video pretty soon on that, but yeah, so far, pretty much everything that I'm going through right now, I expected it. But there's no major hurdle that I've gone through so far. Could have been this smooth if I was just coming straight out, say if I didn't really come to the Philippines very often, or if I didn't have my wife with me, probably wouldn't have been as smooth. Yeah. So I think my wife really made a big difference on my transition here so far.
Thanks to me.
No, I'll ask you another question. What? Well, your wife was saying something. What did she say?
She said thanks to her. So yes. Yeah. So that helped. Yeah, for sure she helped.
I want to ask both of you. How is your life now in the Philippines? Huh?
Versus Chicago?
No, versus the time you spent with me in Indianapolis at the Indianapolis Zoo.
Well, we have a lot more fun than when you spent with you. Now, if you would have put on a wig and a bra or something and maybe I would reconsider that. But I think Joey's got you beat on that. So.
Yeah. Joey's got the wig and bra down, doesn't he?
But no, man. I mean, it's been pretty smooth. A heck of a lot smoother than I expected. I mean, we still got some stuff to do. I mean, I got to go to LTO and get my driver's license, and we're gonna be within the next 6 months apply for a permanent ID card so I can open a dollar account.
So I'm going to see you cruising down the road, and you're going to have a video camera or a camera.
Oh yeah, we'll be doing. We'll be doing. Yeah, on the scooter. Oh yeah, for sure. There's a bunch of places we want to go.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to see the full fucking wreck. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, thanks a lot. No, actually, what's really funny? I stumbled upon a video. I swear to God, and I didn't save the video. It was a guy was on a scooter. I can't remember the name of the channel. He was going about 60. He just took off on the video. He's going about 60, 70 miles an hour, and he crashed right into a tricycle in the center lane. And you can see him crash. I mean, like boom, and the bike falls and everything. I don't know whatever happened to the guy, but I can't remember the name of the video. What an idiot! And it was so funny, but again, people do crazy shit.
Yeah.
Try here, Jerry. With my.
Yeah, that's the one.
I've already told you, and I don't know.
Hang on, Steve. That's the guy, Duke Sam.
Yeah.
That I was recommended to go, Joey. They got 2 shops here, and that's the one that they can get it done 2 to 3 months.
That's where we're going tomorrow.
Yeah, that's where we're going tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 2 branches in Duma, from my understanding. I just want to have 2. There's the one off of going towards Silliman. That they have one there. That's where we're going tomorrow. Yeah, that's where you buy all those bikes too. Yeah, that's where we're going tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, I don't understand all this.
No, you know what it is, Steve? there's a bunch of different Honda dealerships here.
Yeah.
They're owned by different people,
Mhm.
and the one that Joey's put up there, Duke XM, they definitely will get you your registration, push it through, and all that. It takes them 2 to 3 months. But this other company that's here, that's GUD or something like that, it takes them 7 months to get the paperwork done because they don't want to pay that extra fee to LTO, and it's only like 1,000 pesos or whatever.
All right. Well, let me ask you another question. If you was to buy a pedal car, and you can ask Joey, because I know he's an authority on every license in the Philippines. If you was to buy a pedal car, how much does that cost?
A pedal car. What is a pedal car?
A pedal bike.
Oh, a pedal bike? Is
Yeah.
it like a bicycle? Just a bicycle?
Yeah, a pedal cab. I think they call it a
Oh,
pedal.
you mean with the little you can pedal the
Go to sleep.
I don't know.
I want a minute. My wife's telling me to go to sleep.
She's telling you to go to sleep?
Yeah.
What time
She's
is
mad.
it?
It is 5:45 in the morning. She's mad at me.
She's pissed. Are you working? You're not working today, are you?
No.
Uh,
But anyway, what was I saying?
That does.
Something about a pedal car. When I go there, and we've already agreed on this, we're not going to use because me and my wife, we're kind of green, for the planet and everything, and there's all the smog going out. We're going to get a pedal car. She's going to drive me around everywhere on that. Why is it?
Where did you get the money if you go there? Your money is all gone.
She says, "Where are you going to get the money? Your money's all gone."
Don't pray.
And anything else you want to say, Shirley? You don't have a clue where my money's at.
It's under the mattress, Shirley. It's under the mattress.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do when I'm going there. I'm going to get a pedal car. I'm going to buy one, and she's going to pedal me all around because I'm saving the environment at the same time, and I'm saving money. You know,
okay.
that's the way it's going to be.
Well, I mean,
And we can swing by your house and pick you guys up.
I don't know. That might be too much weight for Shirley, though.
No, I got a headband to stop the sweat from coming in her eyes. I'll put that on her. And we'll just drive to the nearest fucking restaurant.
You're a hard man, Steve.
Yeah, what a guy. What a guy.
I'm a soulmate.
The headband's a nice touch.
Yeah. I'll put a heart on it or something. Yeah,
What a guy.
She don't like me much anymore.
Why not? What happened?
No, I'm just fucking with you. She likes me. She just don't like me talking to you people.
Oh, shit. So it's our fault now, huh?
I guess. Hey, where'd Jay go?
He had to step out for a minute.
He's been stepping out for about half an hour, I guess.
Let's see, hang on. I gotta look up which motorcycle shop I'm going to tomorrow. Hang on one second. Which one am I going to? Let me see. Okay, Sam. Oh shit.
I guarantee you Jay's asleep.
No, he said he's going to step out for a bit.
Oh shit! Which one do we want to go to? Yeah. Oh, Darrow Branch. Yeah, that's the one.
I think Jay sent invitations out to 3 girls to come over, and they've all turned up at once.
Oh, okay.
Girlfriends?
Well, define girlfriend.
Somebody's fucked before? Let's go that fucking route with it.
Oh, then they're potential girlfriends.
All right, then.
Mm.
Hey, Joey, it's the Darrow Branch. The Darrow Branch. So hopefully he saw that.
Correct me if I'm not wrong, but didn't Joey say that he's got this fucking fiber optic shit and all this other, got this high speed internet? Didn't Joey say he's got all this fucking fiber optic and bullshit and all that?
Right.
Well, how come he can't even come on a fucking live stream here?
Well, I don't know, man. They just had an earthquake down there.
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe the earthquake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll go that fucking route with it.
Yeah, that could be the issue.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's got an earthquake going on over there.
Yeah, I think Joe mentioned an open crack before, didn't he?
Graham, stop it.
He's probably looking in his underpants drawer.
Looking for the right
drawer. This
ugly drawer. The ugly drawer.
He's underwear.
All right, I'm back.
It's about goddamn time. What'd you do? What'd you do? Die and go to the funeral?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
You're probably right. Welcome back, Jay.
Okay, does anyone want to come on? What's going on here?
Tell Joey to come on. I think he fell in a crack or something.
I think you need some fresh blood.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw the link out there. We got here. So you're buying a bike there, Jerry?
I'm going to be buying a bike.
Why does it take so long to get them fucking registered?
Yeah, because the paperwork's got to come. It's either Manila or Cebu. But what it is it's not. That's not the issue. There's so many people registering bikes. I'm hearing. It's almost like you got to know somebody to put your paperwork ahead of others, you know. And also, some of these bike shops, they don't pay that extra 1,000 peso fee, you know, to have it registered with LTO. Or something that they don't do because they're trying to save some money.
Jay,
it makes the process a lot longer.
Hang on a minute. Joey says he's backstage. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you? If it was me, I'd just say, look, here's the fucking 1,000 peso. Go register me fucking bike. $20.
Well, it's already in the price of when you pay for the bike. You've already paying for it. They're just trying to skim an extra 20 or whatever it is, put it in their pocket. You know?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Joey.
Basically, what they do when you buy a bike, they don't just run to the LTO when you purchase a bike. They wait till 5, 6, 7 or so and bring one package there, right?
Oh, is that
Because
what they do? Oh,
yeah,
all right, yeah.
But you're allowed to ride it round until it's
no,
registered.
no.
Well, how come people ride them round? They just put.
Yeah, you can. I do. I just go and put the MV number on it, and then hope you don't get caught.
Hey, Joey, that's the correct address. The Darrow Dumagetti Honda on North National Highway. That's the one that we're going to tomorrow.
I'll message my dealer and tell him that you're gonna be coming in there.
And you'll be in prison, and you'll be in prison by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but you know what? It looks like the other bike shop that we went into the other day that was in downtown Dumagetti is their other location. You know what I mean? So, but we'll still go out to the Darrow one just to see if I can get.
3, 4. They got 5 locations in Dumagetti, man.
There's the one on the same highway. Hang on. They've got the other one.
Dumagetti 1, Dumagetti 2, MC. Like, looks like that was the same one. And then they got the Darrow one, and then.
Well, Joey,
that's fine.
When you
There's
buy the
another
bike,
one called Honda 3S Shop.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the one
it.
on
MC Honda 3S.
Yeah,
578 Real Street.
Yeah, that's the one we went to the other day. But we're gonna go out to the Darrow location.
That's fine. I'll just.
Yeah.
That's the flagship shop.
Yeah, two of the guys that we ran into at Bogart's, they both had their bikes there, and they both bought their bikes at the Darrow location. So, and it's fairly quick. I mean, it's 2 months, once in 2 months.
Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, when you buy the bike, do they offer free servicing for 12 months or something?
Yeah.
That NMAX, it's 1 year for mine. The NMAX, it's different bikes.
Now, when it's a brand new bike, it has to be run in. So, is it the first 500 or first 1,000 k's you take it back?
500 to 1K, you take it in, and all you pay is the material, the oil, and the filter. The labor's free. And what's good about this place is they give you like a 10% and a 15% and a 20% off of your oil and your filters.
Yeah, and it's really cheap. And I think this one,
I think
the bike I'm getting, I think it's a screen filter or some shit like that. I think the filter might, I don't know if it's like 350. Was it 350 pesos to get the oil change and everything, and it's 50 pesos for the labor. You just give the guy 50 pesos or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'd want to bring
buy a brand new bike. They don't. When you buy a brand new bike from that place, they're not going to charge you for the labor.
Right, but they say people just give the guy 50 pesos.
Oh, shit.
Well, then after that, right? After you've done your first run-in fucking service, so how often is it? Is it every 5,000? 3,000 kilometers or miles?
Yeah, kilometers. 3,000 kilometers. Unless you put synthetic in it.
Yeah, that's what you want to be doing, man. Ultra.
It's double.
Advanced Ultra.
It's double. You can go double, but you got to do that after the warranty. Now, you can't do that in the warranty. You got to follow the warranty, or you avoid your warranty.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, if it tells you 500 to 1,000, and then once the 3,000, and then 6,000. Once you've done your warranty, then you can do synthetic and double your oil. Right? You can't. I wouldn't suggest you do all that. Try to go over because here you got to be really careful here. They say 500 to 1,000 or 1 month, then 3,000 or 3 months. Right? So if you hit the 3 months and you're not at the kilometers yet, they still gonna get you.
Yeah, you still do it.
You still got to do it. You still got to.
Or they gonna void your warranty.
But you still put synthetic in from day one.
You still got to do it.
Yeah, hold on. You can still put synthetic in from day one. You just go to the intervals where they go to grain, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you're gonna dump good oil, is what I'm saying. So you're wasting
Yeah,
money.
but I'd rather do it anyway, man. From the start.
Well, I do it because that's the oil I run in all my shit. So I don't mind them dumping it out and putting fresh, right? But I do it in the intervals like they say because one little screw up here and they'll void your damn warranty.
Yeah.
Well, so you got warranty for 1 year. That's it.
Well, no,
Yes.
you know what they told me though, there's on the second year, there's a second year. The first year you're covered on everything. But I think on my understanding, what they told me on the second year, certain parts are covered on the second year, but you got to pay for the labor or some shit like that. I thought I heard him say something about that. So I don't know.
Well,
I'd have to double check
just
that
like
again.
a car, Jerry, they give you 1 year on just like basic shit, right?
Right.
And then after that, yes, you're right. Certain parts are extended, just like a damn car, but you pay labor. Just for the 1 year, you're covered, just no labor.
Right. And again, I mean, if it's anything like the Hondas I've had in the past, man, all you do is just change the oil and filter. You're pretty good. I mean, these things are
Actually, you just start doing it yourself, man.
What's that?
When the warranty's up, you just do it yourself.
Yeah, but it's so cheap to have it done, man.
50 pesos for labor.
Yeah. Just don't do it yourself. Just take it in and have it done, man. You go into you go by the shop. If
this last time,
the
oil was 350 pesos. The filter was 75, so it cost me. And then the second one, I just did my second one, and they drained the oil, the filter, and my gear oil, and it was 560 pesos.
Yeah,
I mean, that's dirt cheap, like $10.
Yeah, I'm not looking to be going under a bike and doing none of this shit for $10, man. Nah, forget it. You know?
But you can if you really want to just do it yourself. Yeah, it's
good.
I mean, it's just so cheap. I don't even mess with that, man. I just bring my shit in. And actually, they do more than just do your oil change and your gear oil. They check all the damn bolts. They check your belt. They check your fluids.
Windshield wipers and
all
that shit.
The horn. You know.
Your horn.
Hey, dude, you gotta have a good horn, man. You gotta have a good horn on your vehicle.
Yeah, they do a thorough check
here, man. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I just saw one the other day, man. They're pretty fast in scooters. And you know what? If I was in the States, I wouldn't be caught dead on a scooter in the US.
Do they have a logbook where you get your logbook stamped from?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you go to another island and you need to get a service, you can go into another Honda and have them stamp the fucking service.
Actually, you don't even have to in here. You don't even have to go to the same dealer. You can go to any dealer. They got 4 dealers here. And when I'm too busy and don't want to run across to Echoland, I just go right here local. Like they got one in Bajada. I just stop in there and they do it. They do the same, Jay.
So what you're saying is that stamp doesn't mean shit.
Yes, it does. If they don't stamp it, you're not covered. But they're the same dealer, right? So they don't care if you stop in, just like MCOR, right? If you buy a bike all the way in Echoland, you got a whole bunch that are by me that you can go in there and have it serviced. The same company.
And every time you come in, they'll stamp it.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, and you always stand corrected.
Yeah, hang on. Let me. My shit's in my bike. Hey, I'll go get my book if you want to see. They got little places where they write your mileage, the kilometers, they put the date, they put what they did, they check all the check boxes of what they check. Yeah, it's a book. It's a book.
Oh, the book comes from the manufacturer, so it doesn't matter where you buy the bike from. It's the same fucking
exactly.
book.
Yes. So, like I said, it's just because I bought my bike on Echoland. When I don't feel like running down there, I just stop at their local one right here, close to me. Same thing.
Is the warranty like 1 year, 30,000 Ks? What's the actual warranty?
No, on a bike now. It's on this Yamaha, 25, 1 year or 25 or 26,000 kilometers. On a bike, it's not like a car. On my Suzuki car, it was 3 years, 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 1,000 on a bike is like 3,000 on a car.
Yeah. Smaller
Yeah.
engine, working harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
But that's on
scooters
a
are pretty
Yamaha
fast.
now. Like on my Raider, it was only 3 services, 4 services, and on a Honda, my Honda was 4 services. I don't know. This just Yamaha, this NMAX, they give you the whole year. They give you the whole year service, which is weird.
The MX has got, that's a 155, isn't it?
Yeah, 155.
Do you think that's got a little bit more power on paper? Does it feel like it's got a little bit more giddy up?
Oh, it's got a lot of power now. Don't get me
It's
wrong. It's
usually
got a lot of power.
125, right? It's usually 125.
The Yamaha, the NMAX is 155. The if you go for the Honda, what is it, XRM 125.
Yeah, the Click's 155, I think.
Yeah, the Click is 150i.
150.
125i or 150i.
Yeah, I'm getting a
roughly.
150i.
On paper, the Yamaha's got I think it might be 1.5 horsepower or something like that. More. It's a little bit more powerful.
I really didn't look. It's got a lot of power though, man. For a 155, It's got power.
Dude, I saw a 125 zip by us. We were on a tricycle, and the 125 was fast. Just think the 150 is going to be much faster. But again,
it can't handle that Rouser 150 though. No, fuck no.
No, it's not the same thing.
That Rouser eat that damn NMAX up.
Yeah, but you're not going to be going 80 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour. That's for sure.
Huh?
Majority of the time, you're going to be going like,
traffic
40 miles an hour, 50 miles.
On the island? Shit.
Huh?
When you're on the island, you're hitting it like 100. There's no speed on the island. No, there's no speed on the island. Davao, yeah, not on the island. That's somehow there's no speed limit.
Yeah, like on an island or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's good for what we want to do.
Oh yeah,
it's more
what it is.
And I can always go switch over to a bike later on and sell this one.
What are you getting?
I'm just gonna get the Click 150.
150. Yeah, that's a good bike.
Yeah, it's a good bike.
For a girl.
No, actually, it's got a lot of power.
Like I said, in the U.S., I wouldn't be caught on the scooter, but here I think it's.
I was going to go to Yamaha.
Yeah, I started to go the Click, and then I decided the NMAX. At first, I looked at the PCX, the Honda PCX. That's a nice bike, but it rides rough. And then I rode the Aerox, the Yamaha Aerox, which is a 155, and it rode rough. The NMAX is comfortable, man. Really comfortable.
The Yamahas have the biggest seats on them.
Yeah, the NMAX, yeah. The NMAX and the Aerox, yeah, they got big seats.
See, it's more comfortable.
Like a girl.
With the Click.
How many hams beer you at now? Hey, Steve, how many hams beer?
My wife's thinking to take this NMAX, and I'm going to go buy the X Max or the T Max. 300 for the X Max and 500 for the T Max.
They're girl bikes.
You know what?
They're girl bikes.
Jerry, you should have a look at the Yamahas too, man, before you make a decision.
The what?
You should have a look at the Yamahas too before you make a decision.
The Yamaha scooters?
Yeah. If you could pay, the Click is right around.
I like the Yamahas, but I looked at them both.
Yeah,
I was nearly going to grab that Yamaha, and I'm lucky I didn't because not long after I ended up having to come back home anyway, you know?
Yeah, those are for big girls.
Yeah,
you're going to spend $100K on the Click 150. You spend 15 more K and you get the 155 Yamaha NMAX, and it's a better bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, for an extra $300, why not?
That's what my decision was. Because when you ride, see, that's going to be your telltale, Jerry, because if they have one to let you ride, Some dealers don't. I have a friend that had a Click, so I rode it, and I had a friend that had an Aerox and the NMAX. And riding all three, you can determine which bike's going to be better.
And what was the difference between the Click and the Yamaha?
The Click is it's like a sports bike, right?
Right.
So the suspension is really, really tight. So every bump you're gonna feel.
Okay.
Right? And that's how the Aerox is. The Aerox, the Yamaha 155 is a sports bike. It's a scooter, but it's considered in the sports class. Every bump you're gonna fucking feel.
It's a girl's bike.
And the NMAX is considered as a tourer, right? So it has bigger seat. The suspension is like some people say it's bouncy. I say it's more like when you hit a bump, it's like an air ride.
Yeah, it takes the fucking impact.
And some people say it's a girl's bike.
I've noticed that because I jumped on one of those little Clicks and that. When you jump on the back, it feels like the suspension there hits. You just bang. You're like, what the fuck? This thing's brand new. I'm thinking, you know what I mean?
It's sporty. It's more sporty. So
yeah, exactly. The suspension is tough on them bikes, man. That's what they're for.
It's a girl's bike.
I just couldn't like when you're riding around these roads. Yeah, you don't want to feel all that, and it's a lot of vibration, man. Your hands, you're gonna notice. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you want to before you buy something, Jerry, see if people have some that'll let you try it, because your hands are gonna be tingling with all that vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna. What I'm saying, you might be disgusted after a little while.
And so the other bike is the IMAX, is the one that you're talking about.
NMAX.
Yeah, it's
called an NMAX. It's 15. I paid $115. They usually sell for $120. That dealer sold it to me for $115. So $5,000 off. And if you paid cash, they knocked another $3,000 off. So I think what it was, $112.
Yeah.
And the click is right around $100K.
The Click's that they're only knocking off $1,000.
It was pink too. It was pink.
They're selling it for 96.
So you compare the difference. So, but 96, so probably 20K.
Yeah, something like that.
15K, 20K.
The NMAX is a Yamaha, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's a Yamaha.
It's a chick's bike.
Nice.
I'll check that one out as well. Now, I'll have to go to a Yamaha dealer.
No, they sell it. That place you're gonna go, they sell it. That dealer right there, yes, that dealer right there sells all brands. That's marketing. They sell all brands.
Oh, okay.
That's where I bought these bikes. I bought my Raider there. I bought my Honda there. I bought my Rouser there, and I bought this NMAX there. He sells all brands.
And they're all painted in pink. Pink.
Shut up, Havoc Master.
What a douchebag. How many?
Yeah. Fucking douchebag, Havoc.
I just tried to help everybody out.
Well, hang on. What's it called? The Yamaha
NMAX.
Like in Nancy Max, MAX.
Nancy? Who in the fuck buys a fucking motorcycle named Nancy?
Fucking Havoc.
Let's have a look.
Drink another hams. Don't you need to pee? It's time for you to pee.
No, I just got done. I'm fucking good for another 20 minutes.
He's too lazy to get up, huh?
Let's have a look.
All right, Jerry, you might go get one of them Piagos, the little three-wheelers with the cab on it. That's about, what, 250? 250,000?
Yeah, I think for that price, you're better off getting a second-hand car.
Yeah, you could. Or what's your RE?
You talking about the
Bob?
You talking about the tuk-tuks?
Yeah, like the tuk-tuk.
No, fuck, they're 178K. The guy from Turquoise Sunset bought one. And then he had some issues with it. And they gave him another one. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what was wrong with it. They gave him another one. So they couldn't fix the problem.
Can you see that, Jerry?
Yep, I see that.
You got the one with the
And
ABS.
Looks like the Hell's Angels, man.
It's a bit bigger. It's a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, that's it.
This is the YamahaMotor.com Philippines website. That black one there,
Stay away
that's the one I was
When
looking
you get on one of these, you cruise down the road and you're like, you don't fuck with me.
at. Exactly. That's how
wait,
they feel.
and what's the engine size on the NMAX?
155.
Something like a
155.
lawnmower, something like a lawnmower in the United States.
A little bit bigger than the lawnmower. So
Hey, Jay, while you're on that
five more
site,
than the five
go
more
ahead.
than the click.
while you're on that site, Jay, see if you can find the horsepower for that thing and compare that to the click, and you'll see a difference.
0.4.
Well, the click only has what you call them brakes. Shit.
ABS. It's got ABS.
No, not the click. The click doesn't have ABS.
No, the NMAX has ABS.
The NMAX has ABS, or you can get it without. I got it with the ABS. Right, front and back. See, the problem with the Aerox too, why I didn't get the Aerox, is because it's only ABS in the front, not in the back, which I find stupid.
Standard is 109,000, and the ABS version is 119,000.
Yes,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I got it for 115. Then cash, they gave extra 3,000 off.
When you open one of those up, do you hit like 30 miles an hour?
No,
What's
them
that
motherfuckers are fast.
I can't.
I bet
Yeah,
they
it
are.
is, but the NMAX fast too. Because it's fuel injected. I'm trying to think. They call it it's not ABS. It's called a different uni brake or some kind of shit that Honda calls it. It's not ABS. See that silver one, the gunmetal gray? That's the one I have, the gunmetal gray.
That one.
If I ever drove one into the neighborhood that I grew up in, they were.
There we go. Havoc. I sorted that out for you, mate.
Hey, gunmetal, that's mine.
I like the midnight black.
I think Danny's
Danny's
backstage or something. I think Danny's backstage.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
My friend has the black, Jay. It's pretty nice. I just didn't want all black. Hot as hell, man.
You know what? I saw a charcoal color.
The blue is non-ABS. The only ABS that unless they changed it, but the blue is it's non-ABS.
See, when people buy these, right, they look at the color of the bike and choose what they would call a personal preference, which is stupid. The idea of the color of the bike, you want to get the bike that's the most visible. Get a color you can fucking see.
Yeah, but that don't even help, Graham. I've got a red
not even here. You're right, Danny. Driving here, it don't matter. If you have a yellow, bright ass yellow vest on, you'll get your ass run over.
Blue ones
it don't matter.
It's
I've
a
got
little
a red
trick.
click and
Driving
flashing
here,
lights. That don't help them see it either.
driving here, you just gotta drive like a local, man. You can't let all that US bullshit go.
Yeah. You gotta forget all that shit, man.
Yeah, because if you're turning signals on and because there's no fucking stop signs here. If you
I haven't even seen
turn a signal, you're not getting in.
I haven't even seen a street light. I mean, what do you call a red light or none of that? There's none of that.
Oh, we got them in
Just
Davao.
go. You got them there. We don't have them here.
Now.
There ain't no fucking
Liquid
lights.
cooled blue core. Tell us about blue core. What do we know about this blue core cooling system?
A liquid.
It's probably just a gimmick.
It has like a radiator.
Yeah.
Most bikes here are air cooled.
Oh, yeah.
But the 150 click is water cooled, isn't it? The 150 click? That's water cooled.
The 125 and the 150 are water cooled.
Yeah, both of them.
I thought the 125 was air cooled. I thought the 125 was air cooled.
No, it's liquid cooled too.
Oh, is
On
it?
the click,
Okay.
you got what they call a combi brake, which puts
Yes, there you go,
60-40
Danny.
on it.
I was trying to think of the damn name. There you go, combi brake.
Yeah, it's nice. Actually, it works real good because when you put on the rear brakes, which you're going to use most of the time, if you have to stop in a hurry and you grab that front brake, it's hydraulic assist to the rear, goes 40 to the front and 60 to the back.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Just in case, man.
Yeah, there's another one that can give you good advice too, Jerry. Because Danny, I think, don't you have the click and the Piaggio?
I got the click and the Piaggio. I've enjoyed that tricycle, man, more than anything I've got.
Yeah, see, I like it too. When I saw it, I love it, man. I told the wife, I'm thinking of going and get me a Piaggio or RE.
What is that, three-wheeler? Is that that three-wheeler?
No, it's a tuk-tuk. It's a tuk-tuk, man.
Oh, man, you don't want no tuk-tuk, man. Come on.
Yeah, dude, they're cool.
Tuk-tuk, man.
And fuckers, they go fast.
They go fast?
Yeah, they do. They go. They just go down the road.
No, dude, they fucking haul ass.
Really? Danny's pimped out. Is that true,
Danny got one accent. Tell him, Danny.
Already does about 80 kilometers an hour, and the Piaggio do about 70.
Do they do 70? Shit, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, mine does 70, but the RE will do 80.
Difference. I didn't even know the difference. I had to ask Danny. His Piaggio is bigger. Like, it has more room.
Yeah, you get more room in the Piaggio than you do in the RE.
You can put somebody on the back of this one.
Well, they got the little side seats too in the front, right? I saw that. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I've got the side seats in the front, and then I can sit people in the back. Then I put behind the seat. I put a box for speakers, and I've got storage back there with a lock, so I can lock stuff up.
Right. Yeah.
Jerry, what you got to think of is it's nice to have a bike, but when you better have rain suits because when it rains, when you have the tuk-tuk, you have the cover.
When it comes to raining,
you're okay. It's like a car.
Right.
Yeah, I was out in the rain today. It rained on me tonight. I was out. I just got back in.
Yeah, but, we got to get some rain gear put in that bike, man, just in case it rains.
Yeah. You don't want to forget that.
Well, good luck on the click because they ain't got much storage on that little fucker.
Man, I saw some storage there. There's some storage on
not
that.
bad. I keep an extra helmet, and inside the helmet I put rain gear and stuff like that.
It's for a helmet, then you stick your shit inside the helmet.
Yeah, you put it because you can fit one helmet in that click right under the seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
in Max, you can put a half helmet and a full helmet in Max.
Well, yeah, but there's no half helmet though.
Yes, it is. The flip.
Well, there's more storage is what you've got.
Yeah.
That's what you got over there. You got more storage.
What I'm saying, Jerry, when you buy a helmet and one just has the shield and it don't have the bottom part, that's called a half.
Oh, okay.
Right? The full shield is the one that. What the fuck?
He's getting wasted, man.
Havoc, what you been smoking about?
Hold on. You mean an open face helmet?
Open
face. It still has the shield on it. It just don't have the bottom piece.
I want the German war helmet, mate. You know that one? Like the Shill's wearing that one.
Yeah.
I
don't know if it's going to save your head.
That is the badass helmet ever worn by anybody. In a
baseball helmet,
community expat.
Like bicycle helmets. You see them with all kind of shit, man.
Yeah, I want the belly.
I'd like to see Jay driving down one of your souped up what do you call them? Scooters down, just racing down there, just cutting people off with that fucking helmet on, man. That'd be awesome.
How many beers you at, man?
2.
You're so full of shit.
Who doesn't?
Well,
2 cases.
Yeah. She's always pissed. No wonder Shirley's pissed off.
Well, the MX does have an advantage. It's got more weight and it'll ride smoother.
That's what I was telling them. That's what my determination, because I rode the Click. It's a nice bike, don't get me wrong. A Click is a damn fine bike, man. The Aerox is a damn fine bike, but it's sporty. So the suspension on it is tough, man.
Right, it's a tighter.
I couldn't take it with my back all screwed up. I couldn't take all that beating. I needed something really comfortable.
Yeah, that's where the track's a hell of a lot better than both of them.
Yeah, well, I noticed that. You got a big old, and you can actually, talking to you, Danny, you can add the damn bunch of sponge underneath your seat to make it even more comfortable.
Yeah, you can increase the size of the seat too.
Yeah,
that's my next deal. I'm gonna have
is that a 3-cylinder engine on that trike?
No, they're only 1-cylinder engines.
I thought it was a 3-cylinder engine on that.
No, it's only 200 cc's. They're only 200 cc's on both of them.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is the gas mileage will pay for the truck in a little bit of time. Because I can ride from Digos to Davo and run around and then come back to Digos, and it's about 300 pesos. You do that in a car, it's going to be probably closer to about 1,000 pesos.
Yeah, but the other advantage too is you go down the store and buy two bags of shopping. You're flat out trying to carry that on a bike.
Well, if Jerry wants to be like a local, no, he's just gonna have to learn that. They carry sacks of rice. They carry the gas bottles.
Yeah, in the front part, I mean, there's stuff you can put bags down. But also, my wife brings backpacks. She'll put stuff in her backpack. We shop on a daily basis, so we don't really go out and get stuff for 7 days or anything like that.
Yeah, but it's going to be
what kind of stuff?
more better.
What kind of stuff do you get for 7 days?
No, there's a lot of people that they stock up. You know, man. They got freezers and shit like that. We don't do that.
Sure.
You buy freezers?
Well, there's people that have freezers here and they freeze food.
Damn, Steve, what you think? You think everybody just runs to the store every day? No way, man.
I don't know.
I mean, we
God
shop every other day.
Why is everybody jumping my ass? I'm just asking a fucking question.
We're not. We're just trying to make sure you understand. The hams is kicking in.
All right, then.
That Hams beer is kicking in, man. It's kicking right in.
Why you getting all pissy? Don't get pissy, Steve.
I love you, Joey. I love you, Joey. I love you.
Most of the locals, Steve, don't have the poor locals, right? They don't have ice boxes and freezers. But you're a foreigner. Most of the chances you're gonna have ice box, freezers. You know, that way you ain't got to run every day, like to get food.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too, we're having these earthquakes here. You better have you some stuff at home.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you have a natural disaster of some kind, Whitey going around looking for something they're not going to help you as much. I mean, I keep about 6 or 7 bottles of 5-gallon bottles of water here in a cooler. We've got a couple ice boxes. Then we got plenty of stuff that, if it's unrefrigerated, so we can last for however long.
Yeah.
Because right now all our malls and a lot of our stuff is closed in Digos. My old lady just hops in the car and she drives into Terrell, which is about 35, 45 minutes down the road, shops and comes back.
Danny, is that a common or normal thing there where you live at?
Well, no, these were some pretty big earthquakes, and we're pretty close to the epicenter.
Yeah.
So if you look online for Digos earthquake, you'll see, there was a lot of damage.
Yeah. And I feel sympathy for that. I really do. But I chose to live where I was born and bred at here in Midwest Indiana, and this motherfucking state don't shake.
Well, actually, you look at where they had some of the biggest earthquakes in the U.S., they're up in areas that aren't associated with earthquakes anymore.
Yeah.
And they're saying that we're due in some of them areas in the U.S. So I'd never say never.
Yeah. I just won't put myself in that position. Yeah.
Come on, Steve B.
You've
Don't
heard
be
it.
scared. Get
Hey,
your ass out of the
Jerry, nobody asked you for your opinion.
Where are you gonna go? You gonna do earthquakes? You gonna do tornadoes? Or you gonna do hurricanes? You're gonna get one of them.
If you get a tornado come take the house off the foundation, what do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Jerky motherfucker, get your ass out into the Philippines. You bring your little jerky ass over here.
You gotta go over there. You gotta go over there and fucking. What do we got? What do you got? You guys want me to go over there, and my wife no, I'm not done yet. My wife wants me to go over there to this fucking hurricane place. They don't call them hurricanes; they call them something else, typhoons or something else. And then I go into the fucking hurricane part of it, and this, that, and the other. It's like, Jesus Christ, man! I'm born in Indiana, man. We got a stable fucking ground here. You know,
the only reason your wife wants to bring you to the Philippines is to get rid of your ass. That's
yeah, I know.
No fucking way I'd move to Leyte. That place has the last 3 damn typhoons wiped that damn place out, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't move there.
Fuck that shit.
That's what's nice about Cebu. At least it has some cover. And we don't hardly ever get any.
I'll tell you what about Lebanon. I'll tell you what about Lebanon, Indiana. Lebanon, Indiana, it's got a whole lot of goddamn cover.
You got a bunch of crackheads over there, man.
Yeah, we just ignore them.
What you get there? Tornadoes?
No, we don't even get that.
What the fuck you get? You get something?
They don't get shit
we just walk out. We just walk outside and go, give me a number 3 at McDonald's, and come back home. There's nothing.
You don't want to buy a Corvette, Jay. Don't get a Corvette, man.
You know, this is the Australian design.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at the back. It almost looks like a Lamborghini or some shit.
This is the Holden version of the Australian Corvette coming out soon.
Oh shit. What are they going for? About 70, 80,000?
I'll be more than that.
70, 80,000.
I don't even know what a vet goes for. How much does a vet go for nowadays?
I think they want 200,000 for this.
200,000 for a fucking Corvette, man?
Yeah.
280,000. Where do you live? Where do you live at? In the Philippines?
Our latest GTS Senator is like 115,000.
Wait a minute, the Corvette's $200,000 nowadays, man?
I think it was something like that. They're saying.
Holy fuck!
Australian dollars.
With Australian dollars, so that's 150,000 USD.
Yeah, so it's even. It's about 150. Wow, I didn't know they were that high. Motherfucker. Wow, I wouldn't pay 150 grand for any car. I wouldn't even pay 150 grand for Steve's ass.
Well, damn, we know that, Jerry. Fuck, he just went to a damn shoe repair shop for some bigger ass shoes to get them cut down, you fucker.
That little fuck stick. Where's that fuck stick at? Hey, man, it's a brand new pair of fucking
I don't want to hear that
Quicksilvers, man.
What the fuck?
But wait, I did find a fucking store in Robinson Mall that does have size 11. I found one. That's so.
Feed them babies.
Yep.
Holden HSV. Yeah, there's that, and there's also the Camaro, the Australian Camaro they're bringing out too as well.
What's the Camaro going for nowadays?
Let's have a look here. I know it hasn't come out yet. It's coming out. Just here it is. Here. Hang on, I'll share the screen.
Is it like do they still have like a Z28, or is that like no longer available?
So this This is the Holden Camaro.
Yeah, I've seen these.
They got that coming out in the Corvette. I think this is already out.
Yeah.
Hey, look at the Silverado, man, coming to Australia. Look at that.
I like the Ford truck.
That's what you need for the Philippines. Get out of my fucking way.
Yeah, but the problem is try to get that motherfucker fixed or try to get some parts.
Now, they got Chevrolet there. They got their dealerships there.
Yeah, just parking that bastard would be tough here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have one.
Just stop in the middle of the street and just get out. Go into the store.
That's what locals do it.
I've seen a couple of Ford F-150s, the new ones here, man. Wow, it's huge. It really stands out here.
Yeah, would do.
Hey, did Steve pass out? Steve, did you pass out? I bet he passed out.
Steve's like he might lit just a little bit.
He might be taking a piss, man.
Yeah, that's good. They're bringing that. But the thing is, they're trying to bring them out with fucking. Oh no, they're going to bring it out at 6.6 liter, the engine.
Wow.
Yeah,
That guzzles the gas, man.
Yeah, that's the diesel, I think.
Yeah, there's a diesel. There's a petrol as well. Where is it? I was looking at this the other day. I think there's a petrol as well.
So you guys,
I've never driven a V8 diesel engine. It's a turbo diesel. I wonder how that would go with power.
Yeah, they go all right.
So you guys have a lot of American cars in Australia? You guys have a lot of American cars? You have a lot of American cars in Australia?
No, you got to understand it. GM Motors is everywhere in the world, basically. It's just
that I understand.
Yeah.
But is that popular? American products are popular in Australia, or is that just a small market?
Well, this is the first time I've seen them bring in the Corvette, and
they've never had. Oh, okay, so it's the first time. I thought they've been selling.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, unfortunately we can.
Unfortunately,
I gotta go.
You gotta go, bro.
Later, Steve.
All right, later, Steve.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, be cool, man.
It is what it is.
I'm guessing you bought a motorcycle, Jerry.
Yeah, this is the Senator here.
I don't even know what that is. A Senator.
Yeah, they would know what that is.
These are our.
These are Australian manufactured cars.
Oh, okay.
Looks like a Grand Prix here.
Yeah, this thing would.
Is that a GTS?
Yeah, this thing is a.
Yeah.
I'd fucking. Yeah, man. I wouldn't go out and get a loan and buy one of these, but if I won lotto, I'd go out and buy one cash. Put it that way. You're looking about 115,000. But silly dickheads go out and get loans on these things. It's just got me fucked, and they're trying to be someone they're not. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful motor car right there. That's what we call utes here, guys. These are utes. When you call them trucks.
Yeah. I know what a ute is.
Yeah.
That's utility vehicle.
Yeah, people sometimes go, what's a ute?
We used to call them an El Camino.
That's exactly. That looks like an El Camino.
Is that what that is?
With the top on it. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, we've had them since the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the U.S.
That's a nice car too. But they're too light in the back end. Unless you chuck some fucking cement bags in the back, man, you're going sideways all up the road in those.
It's probably got positive traction, I'm sure.
But I can't believe that, they're bringing in Silverados and the Corvettes and the Camaro.
Hey, if they can sell them, why not?
Oh, they'll sell them. People buy them, especially that, man. That's a big ass fucking car. You know what I mean? That's bigger than any of our any of our four drives, but I know,
Yeah,
they
yeah, big.
are big,
Silverado. Yeah.
but they're real big.
I drove a bunch of those, a lot of them over the years.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, they're nice. I'd get that color too. That's nice. That's a nice car. But yeah, not practical for the Philippines, but
No, and the maintenance on these things are high, man. I mean, you know, when you got to take it in to do anything nowadays, shit. Here, it's going to cost you $1,000 to bring something in like that in the shop, man. Easy.
yeah, I'd want the petrol fucking V8, not the diesel.
The diesel, have a look at the power in the diesel and the torque.
Yeah, but I'll be I know, but see, if I was towing shit and going forward driving, I'd go the diesel. But if I'm just around town, I'd go the petrol.
Yeah, but for your weather in Australia, if you're in a hot weather climate, diesel will run a lot better. You know?
See, if you use it for towing a big boat or something like that.
Is diesel gas more expensive than petrol?
No, diesel's cheaper.
Oh, in some countries it's more expensive.
It's the price per litre is around about the same, but a litre of diesel will go a lot further than a litre of petrol. Gas.
Yeah, they're nice trucks, man. Look at that. They're really nice.
And I wonder how much, I guarantee you these will be 80,000, probably more they'll want for these.
Oh,
yeah, here
you
can pick them up for 50 here.
Yeah, you can buy a 5-year-old one here for 80,000, 85,000.
5-year-old truck for 85,000.
Yeah, yeah. Because they're imported. See.
Right.
No, hang on. Wherever they're manufacturing, I don't think that they're not getting manufactured in the US.
No, I'm talking about an older one, like 5-year-old truck.
But these ones, wherever they're getting manufactured, well, it could be the US, I could be wrong, but they're making them fucking right-hand drive for our conditions, obviously, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for you guys, right?
Yeah. But I don't know where they're getting. Are they making these in the US still or what? I don't know.
Oh, they make them in the US, but the thing is, they're not making them with the right. I mean, they might be making them for you guys. That's why they put the steering wheel on the right-hand side, but I don't know. It's hard
I
to
bet
say.
they're making them in Thailand or somewhere.
They could be, yeah.
Because Holden had a deal or something where they were making the Monaros here, sending those to the US, and then you guys are, in exchange for that, we're getting some Camaros or some shit. I remember reading about it.
They were rebadged as was it Camaro?
Yeah. Yeah, it was something, but it was the Monaros.
Yeah, in Australia they're called Monaros. In the US they call them something else. They're exactly the same car.
GTOs or something, I think.
That might be it. It would have been around 05, 06.
So you got Chevrolet dealers in the Philippines. You could go in and order one of these if you had the money to get one. You could order one of these, and I'd send it over. I've seen the dealerships there.
There's no roads you could fucking take it on. Or not many.
That's the problem, parking the damn thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's another issue. Even a little tiny 4-cylinder car. There's so many of the cities in the Philippines. There's fucking no parking.
Yeah. Right now, Davo's got an ordinance. They call it no car, no park. Meaning, you don't have a place to park it. They're not supposed to sell it to you.
Really?
But you know how that goes. Someone's got money. They're gonna buy a car regardless.
Yeah.
So I reckon between that red one there and that black one there. I don't know, the white one looks good too. They all look good, don't they?
Yeah, of course. You're in Cairns, Jay. Don't buy black cars in Cairns.
I wouldn't.
that's why.
I wouldn't buy one. Like I'm just looking at them. You know what I mean? I just know I heard they were coming out, and I thought I'd go have a look. You know, as if I'm gonna fucking. You know.
That's why I refer to the women in the Philippines like cars. You know, nice shiny new ones. They all look good. And then the women in the West are like the ones driven out of the junkyard, all used up, not worth a damn, going to give you nothing but problems. And there's nothing like that new car smell, whether it's a car or your woman. If you get, ain't nothing like that new smell.
Hey, you're right, Denny.
Wife just slapped me on the foot like, what's he talking about?
Well, that's because she's wondering which category you're putting her in.
See, the thing is, though, Graham, when these come out, man, you give it a couple of years, you'll be able to pick these up fucking a lot cheaper, man.
Oh, half price nearly.
Yeah, once everyone's got one and they've ran up 100,000 Ks on them and they're trading them in, and you'd want the Series 2, and then you'd be getting them fucking cheap. They'll be everywhere soon.
Yeah, but by the time you get them cheap, everyone else has got them, and you lose the appeal for them.
Are we talking about women or cars again?
Hey guys, I'm gonna step out, man. I got dinner coming up. Just let you guys know. All right, guys.
Later, Jerry.
Everybody be cool. Take care. Bye.
Who in the hell is that at the top? Is that Joey guy thing?
The what?
That Joey up top on the picture, or is that Jay? Oh, God,
that's Jay.
Jay's got his sexy pose on. I was like, oh no.
Laying down in bed looking at cars.
So Jerry buy a motorcycle? Is that what happened?
He's about to.
Yeah. Oh damn.
But I've heard good things about the Yamahas, so I'd be looking at that.
Yeah. The Yamaha makes more power, that's for damn sure.
A little bit
like
more.
The Honda just run forever. Yeah. That little bit more power on a motorcycle is a hell of a lot.
Well, if you're carrying two people, it makes a difference too, I think.
Yeah.
Or if you're carrying one fat white guy and one little one on the back.
Those NMAXs will give you a little bit better ride. Now, Honda's supposed to be coming out with a new motorcycle next year. They've already got one that competes with the NMAX. I think it's a PCX or something like that.
Yeah, PCX.
And it's I hear it rides really good. It's a little more updated, a little more modern than the NMAX is. It's got charging ports for your phone. It's got more of a dash to put your phone inside. It's got some things that are updated. But they're going to come out with a newer version of it, I believe, this coming year.
But realistically speaking, a motorcycle is your second vehicle, not your first vehicle. Like you guys talking about rain and so on, you know. And the other thing too, if you got to run down the road and pick up something, it's really tough on a bike.
Well, here's the other damn thing. If you're if you're not in town is actually safer than being a little ways out of town. When you get on the highway here, the cars and a lot of people on the road, they don't give a damn.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm in a car, get the hell out of my way. They'll just damn near run you over and do whatever. I mean, they're nuts.
Well, in town, you're generally going slower as well.
Yeah, in town, you're okay. But, if you're out of town or anything like that, it's like a nut convention. And in the track, when I'm in the track and I'm in town, the cars, they might try to squeeze up on you. And once they see you're not moving, they get the hell back over. They're like, no, that'll mess my car up. That'll put a big dent in the damn car. Motorcycle, they don't care. They'll just keep coming over till the motorcycle stops.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's where the trike shines. When a jeepney will pull over to the side, I can go by him and stay in the same lane, and I can get around where a car can't.
Well,
but, when you're buying, go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to say that for me, the rain protection and the fact that you can carry things makes a difference.
It makes a big difference for me too. Plus the price of fuel here, not like the U.S. where you're buying, at half price or less. Here, fuel's kind of a little bit steep.
It's about the same price as it is here, but the different. I mean, even when prices are the same, it's still not comparable because over here people have got earning capacity that just doesn't exist over there.
Yeah, you're working, you're making money every week. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'll still make good sitting on my butt, but hey, you don't want to just spend like there's no tomorrow. I'd rather spend it instead of spending it on gas. I'd rather buy another motorcycle, another vehicle, something.
Well, things come up,
Yeah.
I do know a lot of people that spend as they earn, and and then down the track when you buy something because you've saved up for it, they look at you and say, "Gee, you're lucky." Fucking tell them luck's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's money management. I've found it a lot easier just to live well below my means in life, and then if I need something, like I've never had a car note. Any car I've ever bought, I just paid cash for them. So,
yeah. Well, it's a good feeling too when you do that.
So, Graham, you're thinking that basically you're gonna need a car?
A motorcycle won't cut it.
No, I know what you're saying, but my question to you is: you're thinking basically because you're in Australia with a car, is what you need one here? Is what I'm asking you.
No, I'll need one there because a motorcycle will be, it'll carry two people. I need more than that.
Right.
Where are you planning on moving to, Graham? Dumageddon, or I can't remember where you said you were moving.
No, I'll be going northern Luzerne.
Okay. Yeah, it depends on where you're at as to what's best. I mean, I've got all three, tricycle, motorcycle, and the car, and it depends on what I'm doing as to what the hell I'll take.
But in all actuality, maybe you might disagree. You don't need a car here because the car is a luxury. But if you're on a budget, you can still go get your groceries in taxi cabs, right? One time a month.
Well,
load
I
it
don't
up.
have taxes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where you live, they're gonna depend on it too, right?
Yeah.
Like where I live, there's no jeepneys come by this place.
Yeah.
If everybody's, you in Davao? Actually, I'm not. I'm outside the city limits, right? So there's no damn jeepney.
Yeah, I think that's incorporated into the city limits now where you're at.
Well, it's starting to be, but still no jeepney though.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the deal too. It depends on
ahead,
the infrastructure around you, because there's plenty of places where you can live and you don't need a car at all, or a bike or anything.
You know what I've noticed there too as well? They don't have any wrecking yards or salvage yards.
They actually do. They've got them, but man, I mean they take advantage of every damn part, wire, any damn thing that they can.
When you was in Davao, you didn't go down to Agdao, Jay?
No.
That's where it's all at. If you go all the way to the back, it's wall to wall right there. That's what it is. Buffalo, wiring, engines.
There's not many old cars on the road there. See, I'd go in there And I'd look in someone's yard where they got a beautiful fucking shell of a car, and all that's wrong is the engine's fucked and it's easy to repair. It was so cheap over there. And I'd take that off you and give them barely nothing for it, recondition the engine, and bang, you got a good car. I don't get why people don't do that. So they're going out and buying brand new cars.
Well, you see,
Well, the problem
they got a
is-
Beetle place. Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, if they haven't registered that damn car in a long time, it costs you a fortune to get it legal again. Or if it was brought in the country as just parts and you can't register the thing, you got to be real careful of that shit here.
And another thing is, if you're buying, I mentioned at one show, if you buy and it's not a commercial vehicle, the shit is not registered other than Saragani and other places because they don't allow it here.
Yeah, if it's a surplus.
Yeah.
And how you tell if it's surplus, if it doesn't have a conduction sticker on it, then it's a surplus vehicle. If it's got a conduction sticker, that means it's a commercial vehicle, which it came from the factory to a dealer here is what they call a commercial vehicle. Like my car's surplus.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be too hard if you find one and you buy it off someone and it's registered in their name. You sign the rego over to you, obviously, or take it to the fucking thing, get it registered, and wait for your fucking plates to come out.
No, if it's surplus, you can have issues.
Yeah,
they don't allow you to register surplus anymore unless it's built by a person, and the only vehicles that are exempt are trucks and stuff like that, utility vehicles. Cars aren't exempt from that.
Where you run into a lot of problems, Jay, is certain surpluses that they do bring in here through Sarangani and places. You can't find parts, right? The Honda Fit, there's many of them. The Jeepney, they got a couple other surpluses that you can, but some of the stuff they bringing in now, you can't find parts. So when you breaks, you're screwed.
Yeah, the Fit and the BB you can get parts for all day long.
Yeah, exactly, because they have enough of them.
Well, the Vios is the same parts for the BB, so you can get all the stuff for it. The frame and everything underneath for the Vios is what you got on a BB, so you can get plenty of parts for it.
If you want some old model Beetle bugs, they got it right there on MacArthur Highway by me. They got a guy that restores old Beetle bugs, man. He got some nice ones too.
I've heard
Yeah, they're
about
all over the Philippines.
I've seen them. But I like, an older Toyota, freaking four-wheel drive or something, you know what I mean? Because they just last forever.
You need to go down to Bahada then. They got that guy that gets all the imports. You know what I'm talking about, Danny? By not far from the City Hardware. That guy that imports all the foreign cars, the Toyotas, but they're expensive as hell, Jay.
JP Laurel. Yeah, JP Laurel and all that down in there,
Yeah.
Yeah, the owner types, Jay, might be your nearest thing that would be reasonable. Where they build the owner types, the look like the Jeeps, but you never know what engine they put in it. But that's good too, because the engines they put in them, the parts are readily available. They're going to be easy as hell to work on.
But you can get that.
They're overbuilt.
200,000, can't you? Something like that.
Yeah.
On what?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, the owner types, and then if you get one, you get air put in it. It'll cost you a little bit of money, but it'd be well worth it. I mean, you can tell them to put a dash out of something you like in there. You can do a lot of stuff with them. If you tell them, hey, I want one built, here's what I want, and how much will it cost? Or you can just get them to redo one they've already got built.
I've seen them before. They can make them pretty rugged.
Oh, they're made rugged as hell. I mean, it's basically a Jeepney, and then they put the finer things inside, whatever you want.
Get one of those with a little 2-liter Toyota deal.
Yeah, and you can get them. You can get them in stainless. The body outside all polished stainless. You ain't got to worry about paint or nothing. You know,
If you want to play around, Jay, you go right there, and from me, you go right there, going like you're going to Sasa, and right on the right hand side, they truck in all these what you call them, multi cabs for 80 to 90,000. They don't do any work to them. You're buying them just like they are, but they still run 80, 90,000, and then you do what you want with them.
The problem with the multi-cab, though, you ever seen one in a wreck? That front end will fold up.
Yeah, but
they'll capture. What'll happen is a lot of people have a wreck in a multi-cab. They get their damn legs crushed and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And see, I was looking at that, and I started looking at other things. I thought, nah, it's not worth it. Plus, in a multi-cab, I can't even get in. I can't get my legs to go under the damn wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're bigger, multi-cabs just don't have a lot of space in them. And after a while, everything rattles on them and falls apart. And I don't know if you've seen. Yeah, have you ever seen how they do a conversion over here? You'll look under the dash and you'll see a set of U-joints and a rod run across the dash behind them, then go back out to the right-hand drive unit. You got to be careful what you get there too.
Some converted welding it, some converted that they don't even cut shit just to put a kit in it. That's the worst one, the kit.
See, I thought those Jeepney things would have been difficult to register for registration, but
no, you can register that because it's a truck. They can still build those and everything. The reason why they quit building the Honda Fits, the BBs, and stuff like that is because about 5 years ago they said no more. You're not going to bring parts in. What happened is the dealers got to the people in Congress and said, well, they're bringing parts in, they're not paying all the taxes, and they got them to shut them down that way because these surplus vehicles were in competition, with the new car dealers' cars. They were getting a good car fairly cheap. In fact, like if you bought a BB, you paid about 250,000 pesos. That same damn car, 8 or 10 years later, they're still asking 250,000 pesos.
Yeah, that's what I
mean. Same damn car.
That's what I'm noticing in the Philippines. They expect to get a lot for their second-hand cars. It's like, come on, even their second-hand fridges.
Even the motorcycle. Filipinos not going to take a loss on nothing.
No.
They're not going to take a loss on anything. I mean, whether it's pride or whatever, they're not going to take a loss on anything, especially to us.
Yeah, but how can they sell a car for that? Like, I just don't get my head. I can't get my head around it. They buy a car. It's 2 years old, and they're trying to sell it for what they fucking bought it for. It's like, don't you get it? You just go into the fucking cart and buy a brand new one if you're going to pay that much. Why would I pay for that and get a brand new one?
Well, go look at a motorcycle that's been repossessed. It'll be beat all to hell, and they'll take 2,000 pesos off what it was new. They're wanting exactly what they got into it, and the guy has beat the hell out of it, where you can spend an extra $40 or $50 and get a new one. The bank's trying to get every dime they got back on it. I mean, it's nuts. You don't buy
on a motorbike. I wouldn't buy used. Man, they dog the shit out of them things.
Yeah, they dog them.
For months and months and fucking sludge all up in the fucking engine. That's the problem with most of the vehicles. I think they're motorcycles, they're second hand. It's how often were they really fucking serviced? You know what I mean?
Hardly never.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. It took me about 8 months to find a damn car.
Yeah.
That's why I bought the trike. I thought, well, I'll buy the trike new. I bought the trike and motorcycle about a day apart. Like, okay, now I got something to drive. And then I started hunting for a car, and it just took forever. I just got tired of it for a while. And then finally, I started going on Facebook where I could get more information. Finally, I found one that was in good shape.
What'd you get?
I got a Toyota BB, which is really a Scion XB in the U.S. And anything that I have a problem getting, I can get in the U.S. and just ship it here if I don't want to look for it. But the thing about that Toyota BB, they've got Toyota BB clubs over here, and they got people that source all the parts. There's always somebody online saying, advertising different parts. So they're really readily available. And the cars were great. I mean, even in a crash, my son had somebody hit him in a big Suburban truck, which is bigger and heavier than that truck you were looking at, and pushed him into another truck like that at about 40 miles an hour, and then the car in front, it pushed it out through the intersection, and he's in a little bitty Toyota that looks kind of like a little Toyota station wagon, except for it's like a toaster. It's a square, boxy car, and the passenger compartment was fine. I mean, it totaled the car out, but he didn't have any problems.
BB's a nice car. You probably seen them, Jay, when you was here. It looks like a box.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which ones you are talking about?
It's like an Ion, but here is Toyota BB. It's like a square box.
Type in
what year?
Type in Toyota BB.
Just type in Toyota BB, and it'll show you.
Type in like 2005 Toyota BB.
They're a nice car.
Or 2005 Toyota Scion XB. That'll get you.
You have a lot of them here. You can find parts. The Honda Fit.
BB, like BB.
Yeah, like
BB.
boy.
Big box. What it stands for, big box.
Oh yeah.
They are ugly cars, aren't they?
Oh, fucking, we've seen them here, and I think they're here as well. They're a funny looking car. What made you? What possessed you?
Actually, I took my son to look at one years ago, and he's 6'5", and he had plenty of leg room and headroom in it. And they get great gas mileage, and they were actually ranked as one of the best cars made for a lot of years as far as maintenance and having to mess with them and reliability. I mean, they're about bulletproof. Plenty of room and stuff like that. I was like, well, that'll work great in the Philippines. I've got one in the U.S. also, just sits there. But I drove big vans and trucks all the time. I was a plumber, and when you can get something small like that, it's like driving a go-kart around. It's not bad, but I mean, I've had every car I really ever wanted. I've had all kind of muscle cars and everything else. So
then you had a short run, about 3 years. They're only manufactured for about 3 years. Is that the same car?
Yeah, they're in the U.S. and overseas, but they actually manufactured that car for a long time, all the way up to 2015. But in the U.S. and Australia, they manufactured it from 2004 to 2006. So that's what you got. But it was a really good car. I mean, my son, he went to oil. I'll give you an idea about how good they were. My son went to an oil change place. They didn't put oil back in his car. He drove home in traffic with no oil in the engine, and it took him an hour and a half to get home. Not a drop of damn oil in it. And he called me and said, hey, my car sounded
residue in there from after they dumped it, so it would have got some sort of lubrication. Well, it wasn't just bone dry.
It runs on synthetic.
Yeah.
It's 100% synthetic. I mean, when I went over and put oil in it, I had to put 4 quarts in it. I had to put what it takes to change the oil in the thing, including what they would put in the filter.
So where did this happen? In the Philippines?
No, this happened in the U.S. He was in the U.S. and he was stuck in traffic going home.
How could you not put the oil back in the fucking car?
When a service station gets busy, it happens a fucking lot, Jay, in the U.S.
Yeah, they've got oil change places. They'll get busy and they put kids in there doing the service. And some dumb forgot, but he's still driving the car. That's been years.
Don't you love that synthetic oil though?
Yeah, if it wouldn't have ran on that 100% synthetic, it would never made it. And I always thought the commercials were bullshit, but he more than proved it. In fact, he drove it around for a couple days back and forth to work. After that, and I was over there. He goes, "Hey, my car doesn't sound right." I said, "Damn, the thing sounds like it doesn't have any oil in it." Checked the oil and nothing. I said, "Shit, let's go get some oil." I poured 2 quarts in it, and we couldn't see nothing on dipstick. Went back, got 2 more quarts, poured that all in it, and then finally it started coming up on the dipstick. That's like shit.
When you started it must have sounded a whole lot different and had the oil in there.
Oh yeah, it sounds great after we put the oil in it. But hell, he's been driving back and forth to work and He drove from Frisco to Irving, which is about almost 30 miles, which would be 50 kilometers.
But if it blew
traffic,
up, couldn't you get them to pay for a new engine for you?
Yeah, they would have had to.
Yeah, they would have had to. I mean, but he's been driving it for years, didn't have any damage or nothing.
That's a miracle, isn't it?
That's what I said.
I wouldn't even.
If it'd been me, I would have started it up.
No oil in it, you know what I mean? Let him drive it.
Yeah. No shit.
That synthetic oil is good oil though, man. When it lubes the parts in there.
Oils ain't oils, mate. Oils ain't oils.
I was looking at the comments. Nobody's really in the deal, I don't think.
How much did it set you back, Danny, when you bought the Philippines one?
It was 220,000 pesos.
That's all right. Is it
a little over $4,000?
Is it a 1300 cc or a 1500?
It's a 1500 cc.
Oh, you got the big one.
Actually, the 1500 cc is more common here. I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Little 4-cylinder.
Yeah, but see that engine that engine would be a fairly common engine. The parts on that would be no problem.
The valve, that's the most common engine in the valves, and the front ends of valves, front end. Yeah. On the rear,
and the
same thing. That's all valves.
That's not going to use, you know what I mean? They'll be pretty cheap on fuel for sure.
Yeah, but it's not bad at all.
Actually, it's an ugly fucking car, but it's probably very practical.
It's ugly, but it's so damn practical. You have so much room when you're in the inside that, hell, I've got used to it over the years.
You'll be surprised, Graham. They are fucking ugly, but there's a lot of them here.
Yeah, I mean,
even though it's ugly, if it's a practical car, see, when you're here, when you're in the West, you want all the flash. Over there, you just want it to fucking work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, it is.
Yeah, it's got so damn much room in it, and it's comfortable. That's all I give a damn about.
Exactly.
Daddy, where do you take it? Where do you do the services at? Have you got a mechanic that does it for you? Someone you can trust, or you do it yourself?
I've got stuff here, but I'm getting to where I don't want to do anything anymore. I mean, I brought an impact with me, jack. I brought a bunch of stuff with me, and I worked on all that as a kid. So I mean, if I have to, I can do whatever I need to do. The thing is, labor's so damn cheap here that why do it? And I can even get a guy to come to the house and work on it if I don't even want to take it down the road. Yeah. I tell him, here's what I need, here's the parts I want. They'll come by and put them on. A lot cheaper than I'd want to mess with it.
That's what I was telling you, Jay, the other day, man. You can roll into a Shell station. They got service there, change your oil and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you bring your own oil and filters or whatever it is you want to do,
that's
and just fucking give it to them, you know what's going into it.
Because I want my good oil synthetic.
Well, you can buy synthetic at Shell.
Yeah, that's what I use. I use Shell synthetic oil.
Huh?
At the moment, that's what I use.
He's not gonna roll into a dealership with that damn BB though. They're not gonna entertain him.
No, they won't even work on them at the
They
dealership.
fuckers, you roll in, they're gonna just look at the car and say later.
Why?
They
What
won't,
you do?
because it's a surplus. The
They won't
dealers
touch
will not.
surplus.
They won't touch a surplus, man.
Yeah, they're pissed off. They didn't get to make money on it when they sold it, which is stupid because there's more money in servicing the car
Yep.
than anything else. So I don't get that. But I
Remember
already
me
know what
telling
to
you?
ask for.
Yeah. Remember me telling you, Jay, when I bought that Exceed Pajero?
Yeah.
It's the same fucking Pajero, the same M41 engine as what's made here and sold here, but the dealer will not touch the shit. The Honda Fit is the same as the Honda Jazz, right? It's the same fucking car, but one's a surplus, one commercial. They won't touch them. They just won't do it.
What? Because you didn't buy it from them?
Well, that's one of the reasons, and the other reason is because they have a mindset, like Danny just said. They have a mindset. They lost money because they didn't sell you the car. In their mind, they're really not thinking that if they're selling you and servicing your car, they're gonna make more, right?
Yeah.
But that's not how they think.
They don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
They won't even sell you the part. If you tell them it's a surplus, they won't even sell you the damn part.
That's why it's a third world country.
Yeah.
The mechanic here will take the car and fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cheaper to have someone beside
It all
the dealer
comes
work
down
on it
to,
anyway.
boys. It all comes down to they hate money.
No, it's just the way they think. But you can get mechanics just to fucking come to your house and do the shit, or just do it yourself. It's no big deal. Yeah. I mean, just going to the dealer.
Rates are cheap.
Yeah,
if you go to a garage, the rates are cheap, even at a garage. Everybody's silent.
Well, I'm just thinking to myself that that car that you bought, Danny, for the money, I think that's I think that's a cracking deal.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, what you're going to do to a car if you buy one from a Filipino here, though, they're not going to do anything to the suspension or anything. So you might end up putting struts on it, have the brakes done, check the shocks, check all that stuff, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, you would. And you probably got to have a look at the brakes as well, and the oils, of course. But if you do that, you've got something that should run okay. Give you not much trouble for a couple of years.
Yeah, well, I think they'll go a lot longer because, I mean, like I say, I've had them in the U.S. and they were just bulletproof and drive the hell out of them.
Yeah, Toyota's always going to be a strong car, man.
Yeah, I could hear too. Number one, actually. Toyota.
I've got a 26-year-old Toyota in my garage right now.
See?
I bought that in '93, brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bigger car.
This thing's
a Land Cruiser, but still.
Yeah, this thing runs like it's new. It doesn't have any problems. It goes down the road good. That's what the wife drives all the time. And I'm happy that she's in it because she goes and runs and takes care of everything, which keeps me off the road.
How many can you squeeze in, do you think? 6?
Filipinos or American?
Well, you plus them.
Well, I mean, you got in this one, the American version, you had 2 bucket seats up front. This one, you got a bench seat up front. You can put 3 in the front and 3 in the rear. No problem.
That's 6. That's
a Filipino, they would put 3 or 4 more behind the seat.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you'd probably put 4 or 5 in the back seat. So I mean, regular, 5, 6 people in there, fine.
Well, that just gives you an idea because, in other words, if you got 4, that's plenty, right? Plenty big enough, and
Yeah.
a room for a couple of bags in the back or whatever you use. That's good.
Well, like I say, I mean, the one I had in the U.S. was configured a little bit different. But my kid, he'd sit in the back seat behind me. I'd have the seat all the way back. He's 6'5", and he's back there like, no, I'm fine. I got plenty of room. So, stuff like that. It's you got plenty of room in the vehicle.
No, next time I'm over, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's not the prettiest vehicle on the road, but they grow on you. I don't know what it is. They've actually got kind of a cult following here. You go online and you can type in, Toyota BB, and there's a club on every island here for that car. And it was when it came out, it was actually one of the most popular cars with kids on the road when it first came out, even in the U.S. So it's a funny little car, but there's a lot of people that seem to like it.
What Yeah, I might try. I'm just thinking. I might try and I might look for one next time I'm over there.
Well, just check them out and everything. Make sure that you've got a good conversion on it where they converted it. And
How do you mean?
since they don't, well, they convert it from right hand to left hand drive. Mine has got a 90 where the steering column goes into a 90. Then they got a shaft that goes across over to the other side. Made sure all that was solid. I pulled the dash and looked at all of it after I got it too, because the dash had a little spot on it. So I pulled the dash out, took it down to the body shop, and had them take care of a couple things and repaint the dash.
Oh, they were made for
right hand
drive.
Yeah, what they do on surplus, if it would have been a commercial vehicle, it would have been a left-hand drive vehicle. What they did is they took the ones out of Japan that were low mileage, at 25, 40,000 miles, you have to take the motor out of a car in Japan and put a new motor in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a lot of times they'll sell the car surplus, and they'll take that car and ship it here. Well, then what they'll do is cut the dash up and move everything over and then move it to left-hand drive because right-hand drive is illegal here. Mm-hmm. And they'll convert it their way. The other problem they have here is they'll hook up the AC with these hoses that come out of the box. Instead of moving the box over to the passenger side and then moving everything over like they should, they'll try to leave stuff where they can. So I built a box for mine and actually replumbed the AC would function like I wanted to. But that's different. Whoever converted it and did that, they could have done a better job. I've seen ones that were done a lot better. I've seen them that were done worse. So just take a look at it and see what you think about everything.
Yeah, you have to. I didn't realize that. Lucky you said that.
Well, the commercial vehicle is going to be a little bit better for you as far as quality on stuff like that, but you're going to pay twice the price.
Yeah, $250. You're going to pay what? About $700,000 for a commercial, cheap one.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at some Wegos, which it's a little boxy car too. It's a 3-cylinder, but it gets about 50 miles to a gallon. That's pretty damn good gas mileage.
Mm.
But they were about twice the price. You'd spend about $8,000 US on them, and that's used.
Jesus, that's
Yeah, so I mean, and that's the whole deal. When you start talking used, was it maintained, and there's a lot of things to look for.
That's where those owner built things come in because it's a cheap way to get you on the road.
Yeah. Plus, the thing about the owner types, they build it like a damn jeepney. So if something runs into you, it's going to take all the damn damage.
Mm-mm.
You're going to be fine.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
the
thing.
Not all open either. Some of them are enclosed.
Oh, they'll enclose them and they'll make them real nice. You can get them any way you want them.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the aircon. That's all.
Well, you can have that put in. They make them where you can get aircon in them. They'll actually put a different dash in it. It just depends on what the hell you want.
Mm.
And I would look at different owner types, different places that build them and everything. You'll find what you're looking for.
I just think that the Philippines is not the place to buy a new car. That's all.
Well,
I'd be leaving it at home all the time. I'd be too frightened of it going out and getting all dinged up, you know.
Oh, you're going to catch some stuff. The thing is, though, I mean, like body work here is really inexpensive. You can get something fixed cheap. I mean, real cheap. I had a truck roll back into my truck.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Frank. And he rolled back into the thing. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I just want something that I can spend. If it gets scratched up twice a year, I'm not going to care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at. So you had some damage done, did you?
Yeah, and the guy, what he did is he cut it out, built a new piece for it, repainted it and everything. It was 3,000 pesos. Looked like new. And I'm not talking, he didn't put a bunch of Bondo or anything. He actually cut the piece out, made a metal piece, welded the piece in, because I came by and looked at it. Had it all looking good with no Bondo or no body filler on it. Primed it, painted it.
Oh, I'm just going to have a cigarette. I'll be back.
Did a good job on it. And did it all in a day. So I wouldn't worry about body work or something on anything. It's fairly cheap. But you're right. You'd be a lot better probably in an owner type, depending on where you live. If it's real congested, that owner type, they're gonna look out for you because they know you'll do 10 times the damage to them.
Yeah,
they'll get the hell out of your way.
That's the other little sideline, and the poly stainless steel, because they're quite reflective. You know, it's not going to absorb a lot of heat.
Well, they pull up behind you and they put the brights on you at night or something. Well, it hits that stainless. It's just blinding the shit out of them. Is what I like.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Well, if you've ever rode a motorcycle here, car will pull up on you, bright light you. He knows he's blinding the hell out of you. And doesn't give a shit, if he ends up getting you killed. You can't see what's in front of you and stuff. That's a bad deal.
Oh, you mean when they're running high beam?
Yeah, they'll pull up behind you. You just need a second to get over. You're passing something or whatever too, and they're just driving like an idiot. I mean, they can be way the hell back and bright light the hell out of you. But it's just like you don't understand. I'm in a car, like I'm the king of the country, and this is my private road.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stainless will, they'll be a little more hesitant to bright light you because it lights them up too.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. I looked at them a while ago, but what put me off was I wasn't sure about registration.
Yeah, go through all that, but I read the deal on surplus vehicles and it said trucks were exempt, meaning you can register the trucks everywhere. That's why they still build the multi-cabs and stuff, because they can build those and get them registered and everything. The cars that they were bringing in doing that 2 surplus, that's done.
Yeah, I just don't want something with a back that you can put things in onto a 650 motor. I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah.
I've heard too many stories about those multi-cabs, you know.
Yeah, like I say, the problem with multi-cab, if you ever do get in an accident, I've seen people trapped in them and they're cutting them out. They get them out, they're not in good shape.
Mm. Oh yeah, he's sitting right on the front wheel. And
If you watch,
even if you put a bar on it, a bar would only protect you so much, wouldn't it?
well, here's the deal. Look, there's a guy called Gadget Addict, and he's the one that reports on the MMDF and Manila and all this stuff.
Mm.
He's even said that. He said, a multi-cab, he's talking about a multi-cab just barely hit, a modern car. He goes, well, the modern car sustained almost no damage, and they're having to cut this guy out of the multi-cab. It just folded up like an accordion.
Yeah, you got no protection at all, really.
Well, if you're going to get one of those, take down the welding shop and have them, reinforce the frame and put you a big bumper up front and everything. Otherwise, yeah, you get hit on that, they fold up. Plus, you have to be a small guy to drive them. If you're not a small guy, you're not going to get under that steering wheel.
I've already you sit in the passenger seat and you can hardly get in it.
Yeah, that's the other drawback. They weren't made for us.
No, I don't like sitting there with my knees up around my neck.
Yeah, like I say, just imagine being in a collision in that.
Yeah,
you're in bad shape then.
Plus, where I'm looking at going, there are times when I'll have to spend a few hours driving. So
yeah, well, the other thing is that owner type, you've got more ground clearance too. When you're driving on these rough ass roads and stuff, and that owner type, you can get around fine. And
yeah,
that's what you're not going to get around in some of these cars when the roads are bad. You got to worry about tearing stuff up, everything. The owner type, you're not going to worry about that.
Yeah, and you can afford to put decent tires on too.
Yeah,
those tiny little rims, sometimes you're a bit limited on what kind of tire you can buy.
Yeah, exactly.
I could probably get I thought of this before also. Same with the motorcycle. I could buy tires here and actually take them, just send them over in a box.
Yeah, you got to watch buying motorcycle tires here. A lot of them they'll wrap up. They'll have it wrap all the way around them and everything. They'll be trying to sell you Michelin tires, and you're like, no, these ain't Michelins. Maybe they're Wishlins, wishing they were Michelin. I had a guy try to sell me. He said, "Oh, Michelin, they're good tires." Said, no, man, these ain't even Michelins. He said, what do you mean? I said, I know what Michelin looks like, but you have to find places to buy everything. I mean, I finally found a place that I asked them, well, how much on the tires? The girl pulled out their book from the store. She opened it up, said, here's the price right here. Any other tires you need? Here's the price. That way it wasn't any different price for me versus anybody else that came up. And they had a real tire machine, which you got to watch for all this because they'll tear your rims up on a motorcycle putting some of these tires on because they don't have a real tire machine.
That's true.
I look for all that because that's the last thing you want. You get a new bike and everything looks good, and you go to the vulcanizer and the guy, he's prying on everything, and you get done, and your rims are all scratched up and everything. I try to look for places that actually got some kind of equipment.
Yeah, well, that's just getting to know your area, I guess. But it depends, because often those things are not planned. You know what I mean? So you'll be in the middle of nowhere, and you just got to take whatever you can get.
Well, I try to keep good tires on there so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, that's the other thing too.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's real funny. I've got this pump that's made by Milwaukee, and it's an air pump, and you dial in the pressure you want and everything,
Yeah.
and then put it on the tire, and it stops automatically at the air pressure you want. That's been one of the best things I've brought over. Even the wife likes the damn thing. But when if you're out there having to use a foot pump or some kind of hand pump on a motorcycle or car tire, that'll get old real fast because you need to really check those tires regular.
Speaking of Milwaukee, I've got a couple of drill sets. Well, I've got a drill grinders. I used to buy them in packs of 4.
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking, because idiots take their tools, right, like drills and so on, from their country, and then they wonder why they fuck up over there, right?
Milwaukee's actually, I've got them, and I've got a 220 and 110 chargers.
That's what I'm thinking. Instead of, because I've got mine at 24 volt, instead of buying one with a lead that you plug into a socket, you get the ones that take charged batteries, because it's the battery charger you're plugging in, not the fucking tool itself. And the battery charger, when you look at them, they will take 110 to 250.
Yeah.
So you can plug them in. You can, as long as you got the right socket, you can plug them in anywhere in the world, and they'll work. Because there's no moving
that's what I've got. I've got a rigid set that's cordless, and I've got a big Milwaukee set that's cordless. And the impact is worth getting on that Milwaukee set. That's something else I'll suggest that you get.
Yeah, because then you've got usable tools.
Yeah.
Mentioning that, Danny. Fucking Fives.
That's funny.
Five was pissed. He was pissed off when he got his bike because he was almost 4 months, and his tires were low. He said, "You got a pump?" I just have because I run all nitro in my tires, right?
Yeah.
I brung out a fucking hand pump. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I like, dude, I don't put air in my tires. I put nitro because nitro lasts a hell of a lot longer. Oh, I'm finna buy you a damn fucking pump you can plug in, motherfucker. He was pissed off.
Yeah, I showed him my pump. He was looking like yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. He was mad at me.
Yeah, I'll tell you, those pumps are worth getting too, because you just go around and it'll give you when you put that chuck on the tire. I've actually got mine. It's made to screw on, but I've screwed a chuck into that. That way I can have a quick connect and everything. And as soon as you put it on the tire, it'll give you a readout of how much air that tire's got in it. And then you can push the button and it'll take it up to whatever you have it set for. But it's actually pretty nice. It's a nice setup. And then I brought an impact with me. Go ahead.
I just don't like air because, man, like in 2 fucking days, your tires are low. Oh, the air in this heat, it fucking don't last, man, in this heat.
Yeah, on a motorcycle, it doesn't last. On a car, it usually does. But you're right about that on a motorcycle. But also that impact, if anybody does come out to your house to work on the car, a good aluminum floor jack and a good impact will save you a lot of time and aggravation, especially if you want to do anything yourself.
Damn, you'll be okay if you bring some tools, bro. Just make sure you have the converter, and eventually your shit's gonna burn up anyway because you'll get the fucking converter.
Well, no, the charger I have has everything built in it, but I've also got
that's smart.
I've got a step up, step down converter from the US. It's big. It probably weighs 100 something pounds. And it'll deal with a lot of the fluctuations that we get here. I haven't had to use it, but that's what it's made for.
What I'm saying is the converter, yeah, it's just forgetting to plug the fucking thing in the converter.
Yeah. Well, that's why I bought the charger that I got, because it does both. Problem is the power's not real clean here.
Yep.
Power's really dirty here. There's a lot of fluctuation in the power and everything, and that's another mess. But, price live in paradise. Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
Yep.
What are you talking about? I just got back.
I was just talking about bringing tools here, that are different voltage and electricity.
See, rechargeable tools, you don't have to worry about
the chargers are the way to go. What I was saying, if you do the converter thing, you got to be really careful, because sometimes you're like, if you have family members over that's not used to that shit, they'll just plug the shit in the fucking wall. They don't realize, oh, that's what that black converter's for. Plug it in there. No, I'm serious. I brought a fucking bunch of shit here. My family's here. Like, and see smoke. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
It's a bit like putting a stainless steel pot in the microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they do all kinds
the
of
charger,
things.
the charger, that's a smart way to go. If you buy the shit with the charger, that'll, because like I said, eventually somebody's gonna forget to put it in, to plug it in the converter, and your shit's fried.
Yeah, now from time to time you're gonna have to. I mean, that's not going to last you 20 years, so you're gonna have to buy new batteries eventually. But they do last quite a long time.
Graham, the rigid set that I have has a lifetime guarantee on it, and I had another set before it for about 12 years. And I called them, and they said, we don't sell or service that anymore. We'll ship you a new set out.
Oh.
I had that on an impact drill of mine. It was a Hilti drill. I don't know if you've heard of that brand before.
Yeah, they've got Hilti in the U.S., and they also got Hilti in the Philippines. I saw a Hilti truck running down the road here the other day in Davao.
Well, they did that with my drill. I had it for, it was an impact drill. I think it was called a T20 or something. It was fairly big.
Yeah, I got several of those in the U.S.
Well, they're common here on construction sites and whatnot. And I forget what went wrong with it. I think I bent the shaft or something. It wasn't me personally, one of my workers. And so I wanted to get it sent off to get a new shaft, and they emailed me back saying that we can't service this product anymore. And I said, but I bought it with a lifetime guarantee, and they just fucking sent me a brand new one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a bunch of Hilti drills, a bunch of hammer drills in the U.S.
Yeah.
And, a boatload of them, because we actually used them to dig with. You'd put a clay bit in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you'd hammer through the clay also, too. We even had them for the jackhammers. And then we'd drill through masonry and everything else, too, with them. But, yeah, I had a bunch of those. I had Hilti, and I had some DeWalt's, I had some Milwaukee's. Every time I'd find a good deal on one, I'd buy it.
Well, see, there's a lot of concrete blocking construction, especially like multi-story work and things like that. And they wouldn't put the starter bars out, the steel that you thread the block through.
Yeah.
So we would have to get on a new slab and mark it out, and then drill and then cement the starter bars in.
Yeah.
Hilti has a product for that. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
That's the kind of thing that I used to use it for. So usually it was probably the most common 12 mil rod. Sometimes it was 16. So I had to buy, tools that would handle that, because those things would run for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. You used to get the fucking apprentice onto it.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff you talk about, that was the thing about plumbing. To really be good at it, you had to know how to take the building or the house or whatever you was working apart and how to put it back together where you didn't damage anything. And guys didn't understand that starting out, but over time they would. And then you also had to know what the hell was the code for the last 100 years. Because in the area I was in, you have buildings that might be up to 100 years old in some areas. You had to know how that stuff was put together. So you take it apart right and be able to put it back together right.
Well, I used to employ a couple of older guys that nobody wanted. And where I got them from, they were getting ready for retirement when I was an apprentice. So by the time I was working for myself, that nobody really wanted them. I mean, laying bricks for a living, it's a young man's sport, but you can't replace that knowledge. So there's lots of aluminium flashings that go into buildings that you have to know what you're doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So those guys.
Well, plumbers used to put all that flashing in.
Well, see, the old guys might not have made their money on the production line, so to speak, but they certainly,
that's
all that knowledge. What that means is we would do one job one time. Not get called back 6 months later and have to pull the bottoms of walls apart to replace flashing and things because they weren't done properly. I never did that. Everything was always done right the first time. So those guys were worth it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you're right. You can't replace that knowledge base. I was lucky. I got to work with a bunch of those old farts. Guys that were old as hell, but they always knew exactly what the hell to do. I always enjoyed working with older guys because they knew their shit.
Yeah, well, they took pride in what they did also.
Yeah.
I used to try and put my apprentices with them so that not just the knowledge would rub off, but the ethics, the work ethics.
Yeah.
And it to a degree it worked. Not all kids were the same, obviously, but
yeah, that's what we talked about, running that daycare service.
Yeah. Very much like that.
Well, that's the best way I need to describe it. It seemed like that's what you were running over the years, and you never knew what kind of shelf life that person working for you would have. Were they going to be good for however many years, however many months, or whatever? You never knew.
No, you just got to let it run its course. Just be ready when it happens,
Yeah, exactly.
I used to always say every time I give $1 away to somebody that didn't earn it, that's coming out of my profit. That's $1 I can't give to my kids.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd tell the guys that exact phrase. Say, sorry, mate, I've got to let you go.
Yeah. Yeah, business can be brutal. I mean, it can be brutal. You have to let go of people you don't want to have to let go, but you've tried every damn thing else in the world with them, and they won't see the light.
That was one of the hardest things, when you knew that you had no work and you had a crew that were good, but you had no work.
Yeah.
That was one of the hardest things.
Seemed like we always had work was the lucky thing. I mean, but I hated to see guys leave that were good too. They would be starting up their own deal, but I always tried to help them out. I didn't care if there was a competition or what. I just wanted to see them do good because most of the time they made me plenty of money over the years.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. I liked it. I liked it because, especially if they were an apprentice, because what it meant was they were taught right. You know what I mean? if they did well, then I got satisfaction in knowing that I taught them right. Because life's not always about money, you know.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. I mean, the thing about the Philippines is, hold on a second. Yeah, the thing about the Philippines, there's no standard of excellence here. It's well, it's just that's good enough. You know what I mean? Well, that's good enough. You know.
You've just done the impossible. You've managed to put the words excellence and Philippines in the same sentence.
Well,
I don't think I've heard that before.
well, yeah, there's some people over here who are good at what they do. It's just, you don't see it that often.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's always the anomalies that stand out.
Yeah. How long you say about a year or two before you move over? Or?
I'm not exactly sure. I've got a few things. No, I've got a few. I've got a business here that I've got to sell. I've got another business that I want to start. So I've got some background stuff that I've got to go through.
Yeah. Well, don't wait too long and be broke down. I mean, don't tell me you're not broke down from messing with that stuff over the years.
Oh yeah.
I know. You know, I look at my hands and some things. You know, I've got 10 discs out on my back. You know, I just figured, hell, it's time. I'm not just going to keep pounding it. And, you know, I've got stuff. Hell, I could just keep stacking property up if I would have stayed there. But, you know, it's like, you know, who's going to benefit from that? Me or my kids? You know, I would rather be able to spend a little time doing a few things than just to stack it all up and go, here you go. And me be a prisoner in my house because, hell, I can't move around. I can't do this, can't do that, can't enjoy anything.
Yeah, well, that's hard when you're used to being active. And I have seen that with guys. You know, they spent the whole life being active, and then at the other end, they just can't do it anymore. You know.
Yeah,
that gets hard.
Well, I was lucky. All I had to do at the end was not a whole hell of a lot. I even had my uncle. He said, "Well, once you stay 6 months and then come back, you know, go 6 months at a time." And I told him, I said, "Hell, I'm done." The mental burnout, like we talked about, was the other thing.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing, because if your brain's still interested, you can kind of push yourself a little bit, but when your brain's no longer hungry, every little thing becomes a big problem.
I loved it, man, but hell, I wouldn't want to be crippled for the rest of my life, because if you stay at that, you're going to get your ass back in there because you like doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, tell me you're not going to go out on a job, somebody's going to be fucking up or something. Hey, wait a minute, man. Now look, I showed you how to do this, you know, and get back in there. And here, here's how it's done.
Yeah, that's
and if
what
you like doing it, if you like doing it, you're going to jump in there and do something every now and then you'll pay the price for it.
Yeah, of course. And sometimes you just, I don't know. I've had guys that complain about doing certain things. You know, they complain that physically, you know, they shouldn't have to go through that, and don't fill the wheelbarrow up as much, or you know, all these fucking ridiculous things. And sometimes you just got to push them out of the way and just go and do it, and then look at them and call them a sook.
Yeah.
You know, if they can't handle it, fuck off. I mean, you know what I mean? When you're on a building site, you know, you don't say please.
Yeah, it's you know, it ain't for pussies when you're out there working. I mean, I don't know about you, but you know, years ago when you get away with this, I've been on a job site and the guy would lip off and was, well, hey, hey, asshole, if you want to go out there and have at it, we can. We're out there fighting toe to toe, and that would stop a lot of shit. People would see that and it's like, no, it's not worth, the mouthing off, and that would stop a lot of crap for a while. But, used to you could do that. Now you can't do that kind of shit.
Well,
I mean, not like then. I mean, guys used to fight regularly on construction sites. They'd have a disagreement and they'd go out there and fight and then they'd be drinking beer afterwards, and everything was fine.
Yeah, I didn't.
Now everybody's
with that because it's too disruptive. and then for the next 3 days, nobody wants to focus on the job. They just want to talk about the drama. So if I had two guys that couldn't get along, I'd tell them flat out, you either get along or you fuck off. You choose. And then they'd start pointing their fingers at each other, and I'd just say, mate, you're just carrying on, right? Last chance, get back to work or fuck off. Because
a lot of the drama wasn't with the guys that were the plumbers. It'd be like a different trade. They'd be fighting over real estate.
That happens too. And like we were saying the other day, a lot of that might be where their headspace is, because I'd have a guy who got along with everybody. He wasn't their best friend or whatever you call it. He was just got along with them. And then all of a sudden, because like you say, you got to mix with other trades, and then all of a sudden he wants to fight everybody. He come to find out, he's just found out that his wife's been fucking the neighbour or something. So, but
you get a lot of that too.
I just weed them out. I just weed them out because you can't afford to have your crew thinking about. I can't have 40 guys on a building site talking about Johnny wanting to fucking punch the electrician. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's different times. That's for damn sure. All that stuff's been long gone. But construction used to be a lot different. I'll just put it that way. Guys now get their feelings hurt if you're out there. Hey, you son of a bitch, or you out there cussing them or whatever. I need you to get your ass to work. I need you to do this. And they get all butthurt about it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to take this call.
Yeah, go ahead, Graham. What about you, Jay?
I'm fucking just about going to fall fucking asleep.
That exciting, huh? Joey, he's over there. He's typing his shit in the chat.
I think I might have to shut this down, boys. I'm going to fucking go to bed. I have to get up early.
Take care, brother.
Oh, shit, I got to do. I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
Later on.
All right, bye.